Hey everybody.
And by we I mean D&D Beyond, is having technical difficulties. So this might be interesting.
So welcome to our stream. This was going to be the closest we'd started to on time. And we were like ready at like 5 after, and then we started having problems with character sheets and such, but if you have been waiting, sorry about that. I don't think anybody's been waiting.
I don't think so.
I don't see it. But yes, welcome. We are SCNS Live. We're going to play some D&D today. We're going to go ahead and give our socials, if we care to, at the top. Please, if you'd like to, well, first of all, even if you don't want to, like and subscribe.
Even if you don't want
Yeah.
to.
You're
Okay.
required.
Sure.
At SCNS Live. This on Twitch, this on YouTube, on Twitter, on... I wish that we had a website where they could visit us.
Oh, me too.
That
Wouldn't that be
sounds
great?
dope.
You mean supercoolnerdshow.com?
That would be cool. Can we get that? Who has
That's an
it?
excellent website.
Yeah, who has the rights to that website?
Oh, I actually own
Oh,
rights.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Yeah, it's copywritten too. I dare say
I bet.
No, I'll stab. I mean, sue. It's sue. Anyway.
Terry
Yes.
Crews that said that's what rich people do.
Yeah.
If you want to follow me, you can find me sometimes on Twitter and Instagram at BetterCat. Jason.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX. I post lots of pictures of toys.
You can't find me.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram with the good cast.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Corodono Art, specifically for art and Speak It In related content.
And all the updates. There are updates.
There are surprisingly updates. Mostly anniversaries.
Yep, and with that, I want to take a minute and talk about sponsors. There's some benefits to being a sponsor for a smaller organization like ourselves, and most of it is that we will shill shamelessly for your causes. We have
That's true.
no pride.
I will talk about whatever.
She will wear bright pink scrunchies.
Oh, scrunchie, yes. I thought you were about to say shirts, and I was like, I will do that, I just won't be happy about it. I don't look good in pink.
They look good in bright pink.
It brings out the red in my skin, and then all of a sudden I'm just a pink sheet of paper. With no defining features whatsoever.
I can attest to that. That is true.
Yeah. It gets rough out there, guys.
But yes, if you want to sponsor us, hit me up, badmoon at supercoolnerdshow.com. And, hang on, I have to get out my phone because this interface does not like Twitch.
What interface?
The computer.
I think it meant just you in general.
No, that's this face.
This face. This face does not like Twitch.
Okay, so
Sorry, we're a little bit awkward here just because everything went down.
Thrown off. Yeah.
It'll be fine. We have backups.
we do have backups. Although now my notes aren't coming up. That's okay. I don't need notes. I think you guys will be disappointed by how little difference there actually is
Between notes and no notes.
That's just the DM way.
You don't have to tell people that.
I do. I have this compulsive honesty. Or I had written a note telling myself not to tell people that, but I can't see the note now.
If you tell us, we'll tell other people not to tell people.
Exactly. Okay.
May I found a solution.
What is it?
Temporary solution. If you can get in fast enough and hit share your character and then copy that link, load the link, I'm still up.
Really?
My computer does not work that fast, so
I think I could share everyone's link in our Discord. Crap, I don't have Discord on here.
I have the stuff that our DM sent me, so I'm fine.
Okay.
I think that'll just be easier because then we can actually just start instead of continuing to do prep that we've already spent way too much time trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, last time we started our session at Weary Souls, you guys had just seen Jeffrey burst back through the door, and in the following conversation, you were informed that 2 of you had been seen at least twice more committing other crimes. So, Jeffrey warned you that you might be shot on sight if you were recognized, and that although you were temporarily at least clear with the Vare government and the systems that be in Lacros, that it would be wise to be careful. So, with that, you asked if you could have an escort, and Soraya volunteered Rory to go with you. Rory took off to get his stuff. Soraya gave Albroth a magic item that she didn't know how to use, and you were all officially introduced to the bootstraps of Boomer lore to identify the item and its use. I watched that part back. It was pretty funny, I think. And you said your goodbyes to Soraya. Pebbles came up and gifted each of you with a portrait of yourself, done as well as any 7-year-old would, probably. And you guys started to leave the city, having been advised that night travel for the first bit might be the best. And Rory almost got attacked by Octavia on the way out of the city, after it was revealed that you might not know him as well as you thought. But the situation was diffused. Rory abruptly changed accents, and then you went on your way, while Brana and Octavia failed to make fire.
Woo!
At the base of the mountain.
One brain cell!
Alibra and Ronnie and Rory went hunting and brought down a couple wolves. You guys slept. Ronnie was able to teach you guys how to make fire for future reference, and you started your dangerous mountain trek. You almost lost Rory.
Mm-hmm.
After there were a few slip and fall incidents. But Rory fell about 20 feet and broke every bone in his body. And luckily,
he almost died.
he had 4 hit points.
Oopsie.
Yeah, after he rolled a 1 on his saving throw. But, thankfully, Ronnie was able to, with very little time, get him back up and going by levitating him, and then Alibroth healed him. You guys traveled the rest of the day without incident until that evening when Alibroth and Octavia were keeping watch after an uneventful first watch. And you saw a figure sneaking up on the camp, and when Octavia went out to confront this figure, it took off their cowl, and Octavia saw the robes of the Kestrel Dawn, and the person in question claimed to be Ember, her supposedly mentor and teacher that she had not yet met. And that's where we left off. Sorry, I'm grabbing my notes real quick. I do have physical notes as well.
What a nerd. You write stuff down.
I can only write on paper.
I just forget stuff like a cool person.
One brain cell.
One brain cell!
weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
no, I'm at the one brain cell. So.
You think that's a weird thing to cheer?
Okay.
You'll never have an excessive amount of difficulty lighting a fire again. I think I only really used this card.
I will learn
If you
how to
can't get
keep
into
all
Twitter.
these together. Because I also have notes and pages.
17 notebooks. Sorry.
My cheap floppy binder. We tried to get a better binder this week. It was a whole thing.
I ended up getting like $15 of school supplies.
Oh, that's a mood.
I have so many mechanical pencils, guys.
$15 worth?
See,
you
here's
know,
the
I also want some
thing.
pens and some other stuff.
Is it next weekend? What is next weekend?
Next weekend is the
On
3rd.
Twitter.
Yeah, I can get into Twitter. Next weekend, the 6th through the 8th, is tax-free weekend. So that's
I should
when
have waited to buy
you
the
should have
mechanical
waited.
pencil.
You should
I
have
should
waited.
wait to buy the $3 binder.
I mean-
tie-dye. Okay. Anyway, so Octavia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, let me set the scene. It is about like 4 or 5. It's like, no, it's earlier than that. It's 3. It's the second watch. I think Rory was going to take the final one, because he can see in the dark. You guys had set up on a little plateau that was like maybe 15 by 20 feet ish. And then there was a little gorge and a much larger flat plateau. It's a pretty shallow gorge, but it would prevent something from sneaking up without you being able to see it on your sleeping area. And so Ember and now Octavia are on the other side of the gorge. It's about an 8 foot across, but only like 3 or 4 feet down. And you close the distance. Ember had stepped out from behind the rock, and you were about 15 feet away from her.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you realize that she was tall. But you're what, 5'9", right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as somebody who's 5'9", you're very good at estimating heights
Yes.
when you're in close proximity.
Not so much at 5'4 3/4.
She doesn't know how tall anyone is.
I also don't know how tall anyone is.
I know
It's hard
how
to tell
tall
down here.
everyone is
Oh, I just-
for the most part because I'm right in the middle.
Yep.
So yeah, you see she's actually probably like 6'2", just maybe just a
So I
giant woman.
look up to a woman for the first time in my life.
It's a weird feeling, let me tell you.
I have my quarterstaff kind of out behind me.
Mm-hmm. And she had taken her hood down. You'd seen her very angular features. She has kind of like golden skin, not golden like yours, just kind of like your characters. Octavia has very golden skin. High elves have like actual gold tones. And this is just more like California summer. Golden skin, bright green eyes, long dark hair, also in a braid, but not like ponytail braided like yours, and also a little looser.
That's weird.
Yeah, might not indicate anything. But her hair is probably like halfway down her back, and yeah, she takes it down. She says, "I am Ember. You were looking for me."
You sent me a note. Yes, I'm Octavia.
Yes.
What were the last 4 words?
She looks at you for a second and make an insight check. You see this expression across her face.
14.
That one was not a high DC. Well, it was actually for two separate things. One of them you get, one of them you don't. And the expression that crosses her face is an expression that you feel like has defined your entire life in some ways. It's disappointment. For the briefest second you see disappointment, you feel like you've spent your entire life trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
But without seeming to make any attempt to hide it, it reverts almost immediately, like as if it was something she felt only very briefly. And
That's not going to stick with me.
as far as the other three of you are concerned, two of you cannot see in the night. So you might have some awareness of the shapes. Probably Ronnie does after Alabroth points it out, because Alabroth watched her walk over there.
I can.
Yes, you can see. Go ahead and make me a perception check with disadvantage.
My disadvantage.
It will be explained.
Okay. Damn it. I actually rolled well. 16.
That's so close. It's very high DC on this one. With a 16, you look over there and you see, it's like you both can hear kind of the voices, you all can hear voices kind of murmuring. They're standing almost too still, both of them, but having seen Octavia's stiffness in general, that doesn't strike you as crazy. It is funny, kind of, though. They seem to instinctively, like, mirror each other. And a split second after you see her compose herself, and we will get back to the other part, roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
This is totally my strong suit. Those are both pretty good rolls, actually.
It is a very high DC.
Constitution saving throw. All on plus 2. 17.
One short.
No!
Okay, so,
Oh, Bob, they got it fixed.
Okay.
So, okay, so, as you ask her this question, you're either unable to keep the suspicion out of your voice, or you just don't care anymore that it's there. You don't move, you don't blink, and it's the weirdest thing, without any time seeming to pass at all. You're looking at the clouds over the moon. You are lying in the little crevasse that you just crossed over, and your stomach hurts just a tiny bit. As you find yourself wondering why you're not hurting worse if you took a fall, you're kind of struggling to get your bearings. You hear somebody's head, right, or somebody talking right beside you. And she says, "I did not plan we meet this way, but universe laugh at plans. Universe always right. So this is how we meet. Start with most important thing to learn. When you ask question needs always come from you, from Octavia. Question needs always come from now, not from yesterday. This question from fear, from anger, from no trust. Maybe Octavia feel that way sometimes. It is okay to feel. Feeling not allowed to ask questions. You guys don't see any of this.
I was curious about that.
You see them still standing right there. You hear you hear the voices. You hear a little like, you hear what you would have been calling yourself, Ember, talking in a low voice, very calm, and you feel like comforted. There's no stress in the voice. There's no concern, but neither is it like playful, like a changeling who had mocked you. It's just very serene, very calm. And the figures that you see, you believe you still see Octavia, and Ember standing where they were talking. I will say though that with your roll, Bron, with it being so close, you do start to wonder a little bit like why they haven't moved or anything. But I would say like you glance up and there is some clouds over the moon. Maybe they're giving it a minute. You can still hear them talking, so nothing crazy throws you. And Ember continues. She says, letter not for proof things. You read letter, maybe you memorize letter. But if you believe what letter says, then you would not ask question this way. And you kind of turn your head to look at her, and you see her sitting beside you. Her legs are crossed. She's in the lotus position. And you see something that you just weren't close enough to see before. She looks... You don't know how she normally looks. You think she's probably exhausted. And she has her arm covering her right side. She appears also to be injured pretty badly. And she's leaned forward ever so slightly inward, and you see just a very sincere expression of patience, of kindness, and that disappointment that you saw earlier you don't see anymore.
There was someone impersonating you.
Yes.
That is not you.
No. We should probably... I can keep distance, but your friends will shortly know that something happens. Your friends see an illusion. They do not see that we moved.
What? Oh. Okay.
And
Try and get up out of the coach.
she helps you up in a way that, like, from her seated position, but she's very tall, she, like, gives you a hand to get up, and then she kind of shifts her hand so that you can help her get up.
Yeah.
And you guys, she's gonna let you lead.
Yeah. I kind of get up, dust myself off a little bit, redo me.
She reaches over when she sees you do that and takes a twig out of your hair.
Can they see us now?
They will see you. I will follow after a moment. Like, I will wait.
Okay. Hello everyone.
So you walk out from
Yeah.
the gorge. It's just, and
Wait, we were on watch together. Didn't I just see her get up and walk and stuff? And
when she gets out of the gorge, like, you saw her over there, and it's like frame skipping and TV. All of a sudden, she's just right there. Octavia is. And you look behind her about, like, 8 feet or so is Ember, and she's standing with her hands down and open to show you that there's nothing in her hands and just waiting.
My mentor, This is Ember. She is Ember. And she's here now.
Is this not who we set out to find?
This is who we set out to find.
Oh,
Hello.
She seems okay. Yeah, I kind of gesture. Yes.
I kind of lean down to Octavia. Is that really her?
I think so.
Were you able to confirm, considering
Yes.
You don't sound confident in that, yes.
Well, it's someone with a very specific skill set, and it's her. Okay. Would you like to come sit down, Mum?
She said, she smiles and she says, I appreciate respect and deference, but between the two of us, we do not need it. We need respect. We need deference. We need to respect one another, but titles are not. You can call me Ember. I would love to sit. May I ask who?
Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. Ember, this is Alabroth.
I'm checking her out, though, kind of like...
When she walks up, there's not a lot of women that are this close to eye level with you, although she is still shorter. She's pretty thin. None of you have ever met a member of her race, her species, so you don't really know what the norm is. All of these things may be very normal. She moves like you imagine Octavia will someday. Octavia has a vibe of getting to know her limbs, I think is how you put it.
Yeah.
And
So, all like linking.
you know how sometimes you can see the awkwardness that was there kind of present in the grace that exists now? It's like it makes them more graceful somehow. But like you see a body awareness, I guess, where they are in a space. She looks like an athlete. She doesn't look like a strength-based athlete, like more like a runner.
Okay.
And you guys just roll a perception check to see if you notice that she's injured. She's not trying to hide it, so.
Perception?
Yeah.
I am made of stupid, so no.
20, not natural.
Brain cell.
11.
With the 20, you can see that there's some blood on her robes. You can see that she appears to have been taken a few hits, you would guess, from like a mace or like a ball and chain, like it was a bludgeoning and bleeding wound that's probably pretty hard hit, probably some ribs broken.
I straight about. Are you injured?
Yes.
But when you answer, she just doesn't like. She's like, it is. I've had worse.
It's, I'm sure you've felt better though.
Would you mind if I healed you a bit?
She glances over you for a split second. Hang on. Where is? Hang on. I know that we've discussed that you have an external symbol of Bahamut somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
It's in my it's tucked away in a pocket of my chest, next to that stone and my new picture.
Is it? Is there one on your axe or anything?
For the sake of story, we could say there's one on my hammer.
No, if you didn't plan it that way. Then.
Or actually, my shield is like.
Have like a. like on.
A bandolier. I think we'll just go. I had like a bandolier and it's sitting there. So, because Octavia saw it the first time we met.
It's true.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So it's on my bandolier, like
so
across my
she-
chest.
Then she's fine.
The only one
She
who
glances
doesn't
around
have
for a
one.
split second and she quickly locates it. And you see her recognize the symbol. And she says, I would be very, very grateful for
How
this."
badly is she hurt?
She is hurt beyond the capacity of your spells. Like, she's, you guys, as she sits there and relaxes, and with your experience as a healer, you can tell that she is rocking several levels of exhaustion, like multiple levels of exhaustion. She is, you would guess her to be at less than half her normal formidable self. And she looks at you and she says, there are some things that only heal with time and rest. But maybe something to help with pain for a few minutes.
Done and done.
Yeah, and you don't have to use something crazy powerful. She clearly needs to sleep.
I'm casting Cure Wounds at first level, I guess.
Dope.
Let's see.
She looks at you. I'm gonna say, did you bother trying to pretend anything?
Not really.
Okay.
I didn't
You
really
get the
see.
feeling it wouldn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this woman has the vibe of somebody who's trained her entire life to see into people. And she looks at you, and she goes, she looks at each of you, and then her eyes rest on you, and she says, I'm sorry to deceive with illusion. Just needed 1 minute for introduction.
No harm done.
The blind. No? Okay. This is
She just kind of looks at you, and she's like, I hope this is the last time you feel need to try to hide from. And then she sits there for a second, and she's like, although sometimes we help our friends maintain.
It was, from my understanding, their preference. I would not try to lie to you for my own comfort.
Is that true? Hang on.
Unfortunately.
She rolled a natural 20, and she has a plus 12 to insight.
Holy.
Oh my god.
It is her number one stat.
Yeah.
So that's a 32. You can roll against it if you want.
No, she's not consciously lying. With that, I think she would detect that, like, Octavia has not. She doesn't know.
enough to know better.
She wants
she has
to
so little
recover
idea.
from the disappointment entirely. and-
Yeah, she has so little idea of who she is that, like, maybe. But she doesn't think that she would.
Rana will also like pipe on the. In crowded places, I do tend to pretend, so people just kind of ignore me. So
She kind of smiles for the first time, and she's like, I understand sometimes cannot be seen for our full selves.
This is Brana.
I
Hello. What pronouns would you prefer?
whatever your heart desires. I don't know.
She smiles for a second. She just kind of winks back, and she's like, excuse me. She's like, I like you. I like you too. I like you more. It's okay.
I sit closest to Octavia.
This was
She's
like,
like,
a very,
you-
very
I
only
was-
good things kind
I
of
was
ritual.
told she. Her? She?
Yes.
I probably look over at
My
Octavia.
name's
and go,
Ronnie. He, him.
Ronnie. I like that name.
Thank you.
It's like rain, but mixed up.
Alabroth Jarud of the Clan Jarud.
Your clan is very well known, but not in these parts.
Well, I am setting out on my own and hope to correct that very quickly. By the way, Bahamut's aid. 12 points of...
Dope. And she sits there. Do you guys have a fire going? I'm not sure.
We did?
Not a very big one.
I was gonna say we did earlier. It's probably died down a little.
What time is it anyway? It was like middle of the night she showed up.
2, 3 in the morning. Something.
It's still pretty, like, for the sake of this, you guys did, as long as you aren't moving around, you guys all get a full rest. Does that make sense? Because you
Right.
don't have to be asleep the whole time. Rory is snoring nearby. He was never woken up. And it's fine.
He seems like a heavy sleeper.
I have a blanket in my pack, so I'm going to just go ahead and give it to her. Since I have a bedroll, there's a blanket, so I give her the blanket.
She takes it and she says, thank you. She looks at Octavia and she's like, you have found very unusual companions. It is not often I see people who this much variety.
I know the feeling. I've fallen in with this lot.
It was kind of happenstance.
Ember.
Ember. Her, Ember.
Yes.
She says, she's like, well, will probably remain at least for the night. If people want to fall asleep again, I can help keep watch for a little while.
You should probably rest.
We have a watch set up.
Yes.
Ember.
But, Octavia, if I'm to understand, we were searching for your mentor here, correct?
We were.
How did you become injured? We received word that you might be in some sort of danger and were setting out to
We were
find you.
heading to. I got a note that you were in Strasses.
I did not wish to deceive you. I never went to Strassen's. It was necessary for Changer to believe illusion had worked.
You know about the changeling. Did you meet this person?
It's very hard to know whether meet a changeling before.
Yes.
They live years.
Troublesome creatures, too.
Mirrors.
They changed themselves to mock us, so it was. They made it
Relatively
easy.
I
easy
think
for
we're
us.
well past mocking. They framed us for murder and arson. Who knows what else?
That also, yes. But they mocked us.
Ember sits there for a second. She's like, I have much to share. Some important information I'm not share until have some rest.
Yes, of course.
Because needs to be shared well for you to both fully comprehend and make best decisions for the group.
Yes, of course. If you rest, we have a watch set up.
She's like, I have not spoken to allies in a minute. And need to eat, so I will be up a little while, and then, yes, we'll take you up on kind offer.
I give her wolf jerky.
Oh,
Or
she's
goat jerky.
taking stuff out.
Oh.
It looks like, roll an insight check. Anybody who wants to.
12.
You can go ahead and have
Oh.
advantage on this because you would know how to separate behaviors a little bit better.
20.
12.
27.
Holy shit. You
I rolled a
guys,
20.
I got like a 3.
you're like, she's so tall.
Bam!
Wow.
With the 12, you're like, you can see that she's clearly like taking her time to like get her stuff out, and it looks like maybe she hasn't had a time to sit around any kind of mealtime. You know that mealtimes are cultural for most species, most groups, most social, anything. You guys, you would guess that she has not sat down to eat. The levels of exhaustion, the wounds, like everything's adding up to somebody who has been on the move, like somebody in a zombie video game, like just constantly. And she's clearly just enjoying the moment for what it is, taking a deep breath. She has the air of somebody who doesn't know what's going to happen in the next minute. She's talked about rest, but you know that she's not sure she'll actually get any. So she's going to take this moment and breathe for a second. She kind of reorganizes just really quickly her belongings as they are in the pack. And she takes out a little, it's not a vial, it's, 'cause it's dried goods inside, but something similar.
Like a jar.
Yeah, and you see that she takes out 2 or 3 and she hands one to you, and she says, these spices make jerky very quickly. And you have an item that I have not crafted or named yet, that in the space of about 12 hours will make jerky that is good indefinitely. She only gives you enough to make maybe 15 pounds of jerky total.
So that's a nice bit of jerky.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
she glances at Ronnie and she says, maybe you identify better than I do what is in it. I don't know.
I put it on the ground.
I didn't even think about that. And she looks at you and she's like, what?
I pull.
That's funny. She,
While looking anywhere but at her. Like,
you see the eyes, like, as you saw them before. It's just slightly different cross-hatching this time, and you see the eyes, like, blink again. You're not looking at her, but anybody else who glances at her will see her eyes widen.
Oh, I'm looking at her.
I'm looking at her,
I
and
have-
also the bootstraps and between them.
It's one of those it's like we already know what happens. We gotta see how everyone else reacts.
It's just like the eyes blink open and you hear a familiar voice go, ugh.
Here we go.
That's not magical! And just like shuts down. Like that is it. And Ember is like,
I picked the vial back up and go, thank you. Put it in my bag.
it had not occurred to me that you would think that. And she's like, your boots tell you what is magic?
Yes.
We're getting used to it as well.
Why was he angry? Why are you so
Seems
mad?
to be a trait of his.
He just seems to be a very
I think it's because he's
angry
a
sort
boot.
of
I mean, I guess he gets walked on all day. And she laughs to herself at her own joke.
The terrain has been rather rough.
She's like, it's useful to... Is it identify? It identifies?
Yes.
Also entertainment.
Were there personalities you can select? Or
Just the one.
Okay. Useful.
Yeah, that's great.
In more ways than one.
Can I look through that and see what's in it?
Oh, yes, of course. Hands off.
Do I need to roll anything for this?
Roll a survival or nature.
Oh.
Which one's higher? Survival. 21.
With 21,
Damn.
you feel like you could reproduce most of it, but you do know that one of the elements in it is a very specific type of dried like garlic kind of that is not found most places. So you feel like if you could find it, you could probably make it, but it's heavy. It's a very potent salt to quickly dry things out. It has a number of other things that help, like, what else helps with this? Preservation.
Mostly salt.
Mostly salt. The
Most
spices
of
would need
it-
to make it not taste like salt.
Yeah. Most of it is salt, but like being a ranger, you kind of touch it very lightly and lick it. It is not as potent, so normally you can't. You could put more of this on it without just wrecking the taste and making it unpalatable. So it seems to be kind of the ability to add a lot that makes it special. And Ember takes out some rabbit jerky that she has on her, and she just sits there and she's still kind of staring at your boots. She looks over at Rory and she's like, this one has been pretending for some time.
Yeah.
Rory?
Yes, have you seen him? Has he been different one way and another?
Quite.
Okay. I do not think it is for harm. But you notice, and you hadn't noticed this before, he's snoring, but his face still holds a certain tension. And you see her looking at kind of like the lines around his face, and it occurs to you that maybe she doesn't have supernatural levels of some of this insight. She's just very practiced. But she looks around, she looks straight at you, and after a minute she says, will you tell me, how Celestial communicate with you?
Badly.
How does the what?
Celestial Planetar, I think. Maybe not.
Specifically, it's an angel that speaks to me in my dreams. They're supposed to give me, like, little bits of info, like premonitions. Doesn't go well at all. Very useless. Sometimes terrifying. Mostly terrifying recently. Not sure what that's about.
She looks at you for a minute, and she kind of waits you out. She wants to see what else you'll say.
Other than that, it's really all I have. Sometimes I'll get a vision while we're doing stuff, but mostly it's in my dreams.
It seems frustrating. Like, would you frustrate?
I cannot tell you how frustrating it be.
Where you live before adventure? Try to It's if you.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know if you're good at
the
but,
name
like,
is like
yeah, no, it's Trido is the name of it.
Trido.
But you don't have to reveal it. I just
Yeah.
don't want you to feel pressured.
just a little village out in the middle of the sticks. I think's how people say it. One of those towns where everybody knows everybody. Didn't get a lot of visitors.
Or there are many Celestials in town.
Just the one.
How people treat you.
Good?
Is that the reason you pretend to be blind when we're in town?
Aye.
What does good mean?
They were nice to me under the assumption that I would also give them blessings.
Can you give people blessings?
No.
Then why would they think that you could if they knew you?
Because I have a direct line, technically, with an angel, though I cannot communicate with them. They seem to ignore that part of it and only understood angel.
Well, that's just silly, isn't it?
Have you tried to communicate with an angel?
Yes.
So why not ask a cleric for bless? It's quite sensible, actually.
You can bless people?
Of course I can.
To do what?
It makes you better in combat. Anything that might put you in danger, it might prevent you from, might give you just a little bit.
Like a short term.
Oh,
I will say you're aware that they had kind of a similar system to foot roads. The clerics were heavily tasked and kind
Yeah.
of traveled. So it's not that a cleric couldn't, it's that you were always in the town.
Yeah. It's more... I was more available by virtue of living there.
But if you're available but you can't do the thing, then what? I mean, I don't know. It seems quite mad.
You have more sense than literally my entire hometown.
Often clerics, when blessed, person not feel huge difference. Person maybe do better. So many clerics do not put out information that they do. They just do when they can. Also, typically clerics' blessings quickly fade.
Yes,
That's good.
short term. They were asking you for like long term
oh, like through life?
help.
Well,
them,
like cleric,
reach.
blessed person. Cleric, not necessarily blessed crop.
Mm. Is my
So
cat
they were
running
asking
around? Oh.
you to bless them to like advance their careers and to get them higher status and things like that. Good things.
I
Bountiful crops.
I did have
Oh, yes,
someone
farmers. Yes.
I did have someone approach me to try and bless their baby. That was a weird one.
I probably fake it.
They want a baby.
I did. I had some I burned some incense and put some ash on my finger and just like across the forehead.
What does that do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Puts ash
Makes
on their
people
forehead.
feel better.
They
Exactly.
put ash on their forehead.
I don't know. I saw someone do it once.
Out of death comes rebirth.
Dirt?
There's many
Like-
things.
like- Is this
Well, ash.
addition?
Ash.
Ash is
Ash seems a little bit more special than dirt, I
seems
suppose.
a waste to put
Yeah.
on someone. Like,
Ash, you have to do something
you
to
just
get it to
throw
look
it
like
at
that.
them?
You
or-
can't waste ash, though.
Yeah. You pick up the ash and you put your thumb in it and then you just.
So sorry.
Sounds like some sort of prank.
Then you hold them up to a sunbeam
I don't mean to.
after they sneeze.
Don't mean to make light of your traditions. Just
It's something I saw the clerics do at some point, so I was like, I don't know what they're
What
doing.
do herbs do it for?
I mean, maybe.
Sometimes there is good in ritual for sake of
Yes.
ritual. Sometimes help minds and peace and still. And sometimes parents need believe just success possible with baby. So in that way you bless, sort of. She looks at you and she goes, what of your family? You've never felt so seen in your entire life.
Huh?
Like, you've never felt so seen.
Yeah, it feels weird.
but like you're aware that she's not asking. For the first time, you feel like, maybe not the first time, not with these, but you feel a very relaxed sense of she does not plan to use any information. She's not seeking information to help her.
She's just
She
curious.
wants to know you.
Well, I have a mom and dad, and I have a sister. Mom and dad think I have gone on a spiritual journey of sorts. And my sister knows that I left just to not be around everyone.
She looks you up and down. She goes, "Your sister older.
Aye.
The parents are difficult sometimes."
They were wanting me to go into the clergy. That's not happening. Not until I can actually talk to the angel.
If not feel call for you, then you should not join clergy. If you could not have, she said, I cannot change who anyone is, but if you choose, would you not have?
I wouldn't mind it as much as if I could understand what my angel was trying to tell me. Getting a vision in the middle of a walk that just says rock. And then finding out later it's because I was going to trip on one. Not helpful.
She laughs and
Seems deliberately vague.
she's, again, like you noticed when she was talking to you, she's just a little bit lean forward. She's clearly, all of you feel seen, but the focus is totally there. And she looks at Brana and she's like, hang on.
What does clergy mean?
So she's like priests.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Not a
I don't
word
know
I
who
was
asking.
familiar with.
I don't know who's asking.
Wrong, yes.
Yeah, it's like a clerics.
She says, Kalishtar know how it feels to not be alone in head. For other things to be there as well. For most Kalishtar, there is time. It takes time. It takes time to figure out how to communicate. Our spirits not speak common. And not have eyes per se, not have same senses is hard. It's very difficult. And sometimes question which is me, which is spirit. It is hard. It does get better. I believe it get better for you.
Certainly hope so.
I bless you. And she laughs at herself again. She quickly, very deliberately, and Octavia, roll something. Insight, I guess. Perception. Intelligence.
Whatever your lowest stat is, roll that one.
Insight? 12.
You do notice, how much have you learned about Brana in the last 20 minutes?
More than I knew about them in the last several days.
She's not trying to show off for you. She's not trying to be passive aggressive or anything, but you see the level of expertise that she brings in seemingly the most transparent way in the world, and just being very intent and interested in asking questions without motive.
Never seen that in my life.
Questions without motive?
Yeah, I mean, and at the monastery you had very good teachers, but some of the best teachers I, Kat, have ever had. They didn't ask a lot of questions. That's not what they were doing. They present information, and you got a lot of presentations. But you're seeing a living example of somebody who has traveled a lot and has learned to seemingly put themselves aside in an interaction. And you're maybe starting to realize, like, and feel, I guess, kind of flattered by the fact that they wanted, whoever chose to pair the two of you. She kind of smiles at you, and she turns her attention to Ronnie. And she just looks at Ronnie for a minute, and she's like, I have met very few Genasi. Very few.
I don't think I've ever met another one.
I've met one of earth, one of fire, one of water. Water one's always wet. even on land, always wet. It's weird at first. You get used to it, and I'm kind of like wet anyway. Air Genasi. Does the breeze keep you cool?
Yeah. Warm, cool, like a consistent temperature.
Which parents?
Mom.
And Dad is ranger, maybe? Did he teach you skills? Are parents still together?
Not physically. I don't know relationship wise.
You have not seen Dad date or talk about arrangement or anything?
No, but he is a ranger, so we do spend a lot of time not around a lot of people.
Your Jin also not spend a lot of time around people. Other air Jin.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes. Air Jin, among the easier Jin to get along with, actually.
That's what I've heard. I haven't met any though.
Water Jin like cancers, like sun sign Cancer. Change mood, change whim, change goal all the time. Fire Genasi, very hot temper. Earth Genasi, very dense.
Maybe grounded?
She says, and she goes to give you a
Yes!
high five.
I made a joke.
Grounded. I like grounded. Air Genasi, not so grounded. Air Jin, not grounded at all. Do you know your mother?
Not yet.
You look for a mother? Father, like mother still, I assume.
I suppose.
At least not hate her,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
wish to find her and you love father.
Yeah. I plan to find her, but I have to find the right clouds.
Clouds, I know nothing about clouds. Clouds are beautiful. Where is father now?
Still in the forest that we looked after in Delostona.
Delostona is a beautiful island. I have not been there in a long time. They call them the Lost Islands. Really just did not know islands were there for a long time. So, more like unnoticed islands.
Misplaced islands.
Lost islands, much prettier. Islands never move. If look for islands, maybe find them sooner.
So, someone walking up into your home and going, I've discovered this now. And I was here.
She looks at you and she's like, do you know why mother? Where mother left? Why? This is something we haven't talked about out of game. I don't know entirely.
Yeah. It's, just to. He said that she went to be where she belongs. I think what that meant is that, like, where she's comfortable.
She's like, well, most of islands at sea level. When you get higher, it's harder to breathe for most. Maybe easier to breathe.
Maybe. I mean, if you're used to being up that high, it probably feels hard to breathe that low.
Maybe so. Maybe make you tired or weighed down or something. I do not know. You have no other family?
I don't think so.
It's hard for rangers to make big families. Not common.
Yeah, and more acquaintances with passers-by and, like, people nearby, but we didn't live that close, so I didn't know that many people.
So you're here to search for mother, search for path in life, search for...
Yeah, both.
Are these best friends you making sometime?
Yeah, probably. The best friends that are not my father.
Parents can be great friends. It feels a little different, but
At the very least, because they're not all much older than me.
parents are very good friends to make. Important to make other friends as well.
I haven't had any, like, I've made friends before besides my dad, but they were friends with my dad. So I didn't ever know that many people who were my same age.
It is weird, yes? You feel like like less mature almost all of a sudden. You can do anything you want now. Never, yes.
No one's going to ask me why I'm doing something.
Not in this group, for sure. Just a bunch of... You guys are
Well, nothing yet.
weird. Just a weird group. I like weird. Weird works for me. Take your stick out of wherever you put it. And she winks at you. She looks at
Do you
Ronnie.
have your quarters now?
I have it. I think she was meaning something else, something metaphorical and not, you know.
She looks at the rest of you and she's like, it's
Calling you
it's hard.
Stick somewhere?
It's very
no,
hard.
She was calling Octavia uptight.
I'm calling all high elves are uptight. It is hard for high elves, and also Octavia ambassador. So like, lots of pressure, but not right now.
Of course.
She looks at you, and she has a tight and she just turns and she looks.
If it makes you feel better, I've met other high elves and they're all much more uptight than you are. Not very many of them, but like 2.
She has centuries to learn. It will take time. It takes time. It's hard when expectations are high. Expectations is high
Thank you very much.
for the potential is high.
Uptight, it's difficult to, I think it's an insult, yes?
Which
It
part?
depends on
Uptight.
the tone, how you mean it.
Stick up your ass!
Yes.
Ah!
Yes, that is what she was saying.
It makes sense now.
Stick up and
Stiffening you. Ah!
yes, spine straight and all.
Clerics, wise, not smart.
I was curious where the stick would be placed.
Yes, she's referring to it being up my ass.
Get it now.
In Vair, expect to have stick up.
Also, Alabrock takes out his book as he realizes that, and like,
I feel like it's more about tone. Sometimes it's just an observation and not an insult.
Yes.
And sometimes to remove stick, you need trust that friends.
or do I not log that under insults?
Stick up your ass?
Is
Put
it-
it.
Oh
like
no, that one is an insult. Yes.
He turns a couple pages over.
Yeah.
She's like, that's why I did not finish comments. It was headed that way.
Yes.
Yes.
She said, I thought we looked as to be a group that exchanges jabs, not so much. Okay.
Well, no, of course. You can extend jabs whenever you'd like.
She's like, have you seen? I'm very tall, very thin. There are all sorts of material for to make fun of.
stick bug.
Can't keep ball and chain out of sight.
Well, yes, you issue an insult, another one issues an insult, and then you bash each other for a little while, and everything is good, right?
I have
Bashing
spoken.
optional.
Bashing is-
As long as the bashing is not physical.
Well, I have bashed my friends, but it was always, I suppose, in sparring, which was very formal.
Well, yeah,
Your bashing is somewhat less formal.
They are sparring more like academic debate. Like here. It's hard. It's very different from there is expect to be certain way.
I feel like your bashing would be more like wrestling.
Yes, and hitting someone, and then you go and
It's
have a beverage, and you're done.
for fun.
Yes, lots
Yes,
of fun.
that is not how it is done in Vea.
Do they do
Keep
things
that
for
in
fun over
mind.
there?
She looks at you and she goes, your clan is large. Is your family also large?
Oh yes, plenty of brothers and sisters.
I have never seen Drarude cleric.
It's not typically what we would, what the family follows. More of a rough and tumble kind.
Fighters, barbarians.
Fighters, barbarians. I had my sister was a ranger.
What's
Me
his sister's name? That's not a big deal. She's
I
like,
make up some name. I don't have all my clan members laid out yet.
yeah, she's like, how come to follow Bahamut's Platinum Dragon?
I've always had a good sense of justice and fairness to those, especially helping others. While I do care for those, I do understand that sometimes violence may have to be an option. While I do regret engaging in such, it is sometimes a necessary element. Although I look to avoid it when possible. I would rather help people, which is currently where my path has set me on right now.
Sometimes violence necessary, not as often as employed. Sometimes necessary.
Done in a controlled method, it's not too bad.
Rexterra not exist until violence, and none of you have probably ever heard this opinion put out from somebody who was in the West. It said, Rexterra need to be on country. They take advantage of Rexterra and Lacros, and this is a very commonly held belief among your clan, among the people that you grew up with. But you've never heard somebody who seems to be more familiar with the West just be like, yeah, they should stop fucking you guys over. And so sometimes violence necessary, but talk first.
I appreciate your insight into this. I am lacking more and more.
Theodore, most green dragonborn choose violence first.
Yes, everyone seems to spit poison against your evil. I find it quite insulting, actually.
When Bahamut called you, he'd not change you. Maybe spitting poison acid to you. Maybe okay to be who you are.
Oh, of course. I am happy with who I am, and I look to
Hang on.
grow as a person. Or a dragon. Uh-oh.
30.
Huh?
30 insight check. She sees. It's not that you're unhappy with who you are, right? But you seem to put on airs.
Depending on who you're encountering. Of course, when I was setting out, my brothers and sisters will be careful out there. They're all scoundrels and rogues, and they'll stab you in the back. And the first second you get, I saw that. Anyway, so of course, you know, I have to.
We didn't mean it.
I have to put on the I'm the big dragonborn. Oh, I engage in all of the battles, and you have to keep up these airs. I have not encountered anyone. In fact, the humans and other people I've encountered, they've been rather friendly. I haven't had to issue violence against anyone typically yet.
You killed someone on the road.
No. The street performance, that was... speaking of this street performance, I saw this man jumps out and very fearful, and I tap him on the head with my hammer. He fell over and and then he falls over and the rest run and scream.
Did he ask for the money?
Yes, you've seen this
That was not
performance.
street performance. He tried to rob you.
No.
It was foolish. Tried to rob you.
No. He jumps out of the bushes and then he sees me and then he cowers and then he's, oh no. And I was like, oh, I see what this is. And the other three were they go, it's a dragonborn. And I go, yes. And I say, oh, I see what this is. You actually were participating in it. So I just lightly tapped him on the head with a hammer.
Okay. They tried to rob him.
Yeah. I think we all got that one.
He
Are you-
is not ready to hear.
Are you
It's okay.
joshing with me?
No.
That wasn't...
That was a robbery.
Probably.
Then what happened when I hit him on the head with my hammer? He fell over, and then his neck was... Oh, dear.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe friends save him. Anyway.
Oh, dear.
Don't worry. I'm sure they took him directly to a cleric and that he was able to get the help he needs, and he learned a very valuable lesson, and he won't be doing that no more.
Also, he was a criminal, so...
I mean,
I'm a criminal.
What?
Excuse me?
There are places in which I am considered criminal.
We're currently wanted for
But
murder.
we're not doing bad things. We didn't actually break the law.
How durable are humans anyway?
Not very.
Hold on, I hit him.
They live very short lives.
I pick up my hammer and
Oh,
demonstrate.
no.
This is how hard I hit him. And I
Rock is crap.
Too hard.
Oh.
Humans are very breakable. They have very short lifespans. They cannot...
They don't have pronounced skulls up front?
Not really.
No.
Oh,
To be fair, neither do I. But I do live for much, much longer.
do any of you have pronounced and enhanced cranial features?
No.
No.
Oh.
For all intents and purposes, I'm built like a human.
I
Keep that in
kind of
mind.
am too.
Yes, but you would rise above.
I awkwardly gotta go like, oh,
Yes. And I am much more able to move around quickly.
So no light taps on the head with the
No.
warhammer. Ah, yes.
I would say never hit anyone as part of performance ever again.
It was a light tap.
I mean,
I would
maybe
say
he
if you're going to
survived.
be part of the performance, pull it back before the tap lands.
Perhaps.
Maybe he take hit to the head, get amnesia, living better life now.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was a very
Either
light
way, he'll never do it again.
tap. I hope at least I've taught a lesson today. Okay.
Either
that
he's
in
living a
mind.
better life or he's not.
Not as big skulls as I have. Okay.
No.
You know, it's hard to carry a reputation of all dragonborn at once.
Hmm. Not one I pride myself. I'd like to, at some point, let people know there are different dragonborn in the world.
It's good for people to know that each person have different story.
Yes.
It's difficult sometimes with certain species long worship certain gods, half-orc, long worship Grumsh. And so most half-orc follow evil, but not all. It's important to let people know.
Make sure to say an extra prayer for that person tonight.
If follower of Grumsh would fight immediately. Especially you, because so big, would want to fight.
Well, I'm not very big for a dragonborn.
No, but you are bigger than most half-orc. Pretty big for dragonborn. Your clan all big.
Oh, yes. Yes, they are. They are quite large.
My mentor, member of mostly evil follower race as well, species.
What?
My mentor was Drow.
Oh.
Yes. That would be hard for you.
You're finding out all
Even
kinds of
harder
information
than
about your
for
mentor.
me.
It's
We come from similar country. Similar.
There's been a difficult history.
He actually here to learn about history. He was tried to travel to cleansing, missed. Anyway, mentored me.
Do I know what that is? Cleansing mist.
No, missed. He missed the cleansing.
missed
He
the
was
cleansing.
trying to travel to the cleansing and missed it by at least you would guess 250 years.
Yeah.
He was new to traveling through time. I do not know how he did it. His power exceeds mine, but very kind. Taught me much. What is your goal? What make you happy if you achieve?
Well, God, I set out with no real goal in mind except to really see more of the world and be a good ambassador for Dragonborn. But lately it would seem I've been put on a path. Sadly, this changeling, the person who that he used to frame us for murder, was a family man who was struck down before his time was completely done here, and I seek vengeance for his widow and child. And at some point, I believe that I can become strong enough of a cleric that I can bring him back. That would be my greatest achievement.
The strongest clerics have been known to have this power.
I've read about it. I've never seen it employed, but I believe this is what I should do.
Surely that would be awful. When you bring someone back from the dead, their mind is gone.
Ah, but there are ways that you can do it to restore them as they were before.
There are many ways that people bring back. Most common are either with no mind or have to be done immediate.
There are
After
more
death.
sinister
Yes,
ways.
I've heard of
There are more
within
powerful
very
magics.
short time or horrible consequences.
Most for the most spells, yes. The most powerful of certain classes, of certain followers of certain ways. There are other ways. I have also not seen it. It's quite powerful magic, but to bring back to request back spirit come back to finish life.
There are multiple ways it could be accomplished, but I intend to find one of them that works. It was unfair that he was brought into this trouble, and that his family must suffer. That is what I plan to do one day. I will unite that family again.
That is noble goal. I do not believe Bahamut cleric that powerful yet. It would also be nice. Be cool to be strongest cleric of Bahamut.
It's not for me, though. This is what a cleric should do.
If you keep your focus, I believe you will find resolution. Hopefully in bring body back, but a resolution nonetheless. Find justice, at least.
At the very least.
I wish maybe you meet my mentor someday. He disappear again. I don't know if he come back. He also follower of good God, although he follow with music. Kind man.
Would you like to sleep?
Yes.
I should sleep. She looks for the first time, like briefly, like uncertain. She says, when I sleep, something will happen to me. It is hard to explain. I also have spirit within me. Spirit not good. So, actually maybe take care of it before sleep. I will have very strong moments, several moments of fear. You do not need to be afraid. We'll be overcome by it. Briefly. And is not to worry about me. Is not to worry about you. It's fine. It's something that happened.
Do I have any idea what she's talking about?
I know I have nothing for
Ideas what she's talking about.
She sees the confusion on each of your face and she's like, Kalistar hybrid race. We have spirit called Quarry. Quarry spirits, Kalistar do not dream at all. But we have memories of former life. Basically, group of Quarry fled the Abyssal Plain because Quarry overtaken by pure evil. Most Kalistar have good refugee spirit. I have torturer infiltrator spirit. Hard to explain, cannot affect you. Quarry spirit, sometimes evil quarry spirit affect people here in Tyranna, but must volunteer, if not Kalistar, to be possessed. Kalistar, they not ask us. So yes, sleeping, not always pleasant, because I put off sleep for so long. We'll have to deal with it while awake too for a few minutes. Just want to let you know that fear is coming to me, but you should not be afraid, and I'm fine. And with that, you see like this weird kind of like compassion in her, just announcing the emotion that's coming to her and not wanting people to stress out. And you kind of see how it lines up with the tone of like some of her notes, like, and indeed with her first speech, which it's okay to feel these things, but you don't want them to control the outcomes.
Yeah.
And I don't think, being from where you're from and your family and stuff, that you've ever seen such a frank, just confession of an emotion that's going to happen, and the sense of calm. And she's like, it probably will happen soon. Probably do it while in group. Sometimes my spirit try to put me in danger. Long story. He's not friendly. Not friend. Does Elephant still teach at monastery?
He does, yes.
Elephant?
Elephant. He's my teacher.
I learned much from Elephant.
He's a very good man.
He was first student.
Yours?
And,
Oh. I did not know that.
sometimes Elephant not know, he know Kalishtar and danger many times. He tend to err on side of tell nothing.
Yes, he did.
But
he
you,
does.
you flash back and you remember a conversation where you had, and we might repeat this out a little bit, where you had come to his, like, he had office hours, and you had just found out that they were putting you with a mentor, and he was he said, he goes, and your mentor is,
Ember.
I have heard of her.
Yes. I'm very excited to start this next chapter of my journey, of course.
You know, we are trained quite well in insight, but I did not need that to see that all of the faces.
I don't know. I suppose, apprehensive of leaving the monastery, and I don't know what this next chapter will hold.
None of us ever do. For the most part. You cannot affect great change from here unless you choose to educate, but almost we don't even have enough material to educate on. It's discoverers are needed.
I know, and that is my role, and I am grateful and I'm honored, but
Sometimes you just have to say the words over and over, and you'll believe them yet.
honored, and I am grateful. Honored and grateful. Thank you very much.
You will only learn so much here.
I know, just thank you, sir, for everything that you've taught me, and for, well, showing me how to punch.
One day you will realize this was the least interesting part of your journey. I am excited for you to meet this Ember. I've heard of her. She's supposed to be quite special.
And kind of look for sure not at his eyes, and I go, she will never replace you, sir.
It is never a betrayal to learn from another. And I don't think, if she is anything like I've heard, she will not discourage you from learning from all you come across. It is hard to leave the safety of a teacher and that relationship, but they would not have paired you with her had she either not requested it or they not recognized great potential in you. And if she requested it, then she recognized great potential in you. Either way, I think whenever you meet her, just know that I was happy to help you start your journey, and we are all working towards the same goals. The best way to honor what I've taught you is to continue it. There's never a betrayal of me as long as you're trying to do your best and learn from everyone.
Thank you, sir.
And as you turn to leave, you don't see him turn around and kind of, for a second, Um,
Yeah, at that point, she definitely kind of like. Oh, stop.
something happened to him. Or no, it's Ember again. She's like, is he okay?
He's fine. He's,
He's-
teaching all the young monks to punch.
Sometimes it's valuable to have extremely solid base. He has a way of conveying that just help, like Dragonborn know almost from birth how to put weight behind punch.
Daily lesson sometimes. Yes.
Monks punch differently. They use flexibility and get in close, and they use channel energy into. It's just different.
Fascinating.
He's very good at explaining energy and absorbing new energy. He just absorbed the energy of new students, a lot of new students at once. Very hard.
I'd love to attend one of his classes.
It was absolutely fascinating. I heard at one point I'll be able to punch those who don't exist in this space like spirits.
You're gonna be able to punch a ghost.
That's what I've heard.
Can you punch straight out of head? That'd be
Can you
nice.
punch this angel that's talking to me?
I could try. Do you want me?
Contradictory. You
Alright.
don't. Wait. You don't do
I
it
get
yet.
in stance, which is like perfect but very very stiff. Like
He is capable of.
I'm gonna try and punch.
No. Oh boy.
Ember's going to say, like, she watches you set up and she's like,
Gearing
you
up
know
cure
that
wounds
not,
now.
I was joke, that not,
No.
maybe someday, but when can punch go, try punching ghosts not in people first.
Oh.
Just first.
I suppose that.
Perfect, because, like, if you punch in head and what come out brain not ghost, then
I'm getting mixed messages here.
I mean, technically I wouldn't hear the angel anymore.
you may not hear it at all.
Wouldn't hear anything. I think.
Or maybe be blind for real. They do not need to pretend, but celestial still in head, not great.
Oh, that'd be worse.
And then all of a sudden, like, her eyes are like, they're green. They have they do have pupils, but then they're green all the way to the edge, which is kind of weird. All of a sudden, she's sitting there, and all of a sudden she stiffens up, and black covers both eyes, and she goes, "It is time." And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Cool.
It wasn't a huge cliffhanger.
It wasn't a huge cliffhanger.
It's just a break.
We're just taking a break, guys.
I was looking forward to watching you punch Brana in the head.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
Can we all punch?
While we go pee.
Punch each other. Oh well. One of us.
Oh, hello!
We didn't see you there.
So, honey.
I have a knife if you
It's
want.
hot. Hello.
I had a knife.
Yes. Thank you.
So,
I'm not opening it.
what is that? What
Don't
is
worry
that? When we left off, Ember had what you now believe to be Ember had talked to each of you, kind of asked you about your lives, and prefaced that she was about to go into some sort of state. Revealed her mentor. Her and Octavia shared a moment about someone who taught Octavia a lot and who Ember said had also taught her a lot.
Well, she had taught him a lot.
Yeah, but she said
Yeah.
he taught me a lot. But he was her student. And I think that with that, she feels fully confident now that this is who she was supposed to meet or
Yeah.
whatever. She had not explained some of the larger context of what's happening, but now you guys know, or Octavia knows, that like the part about meeting in Strassus was a deliberate lie, although not to Octavia, to throw people off.
Mhm.
And that's where we left off. Amber went into kind of a state. She didn't tell you how long it was going to last. She just said it is time, and then just kind of left in her mind.
Left her brain.
Yeah, left her brain.
I guess that left us. Well, we were still on watch,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, it's probably like 5. You guys had gotten a long rest before this. They are now level 4. Hooray! Which they might need, so I don't know what you guys are gonna do, if you're gonna stay up, if you're gonna try and go back to sleep, if you're gonna...
I think we stay on watch and make sure she
I
doesn't.
mean, we got a long
I
rest,
don't
so
know.
yeah.
You're about at the end of the watch time.
Yeah.
Rory is still snoring.
We should probably wait for that. I do look over at Octavia. Have you seen her do this?
I've never met her.
Oh, what is this that's going on here?
Well, she said her not nice spirit would make her afraid.
I heard it all, and that does nothing to explain exactly what's
Why
going
do you think I know
on.
anything
Are
about
you a
this?
monk? You might know things.
This is a monk thing. This is a crazy. I don't know. What do you know anything about this?
Wait, I thought they went back. Y'all didn't go back to sleep?
I was on the way to go back to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go back to
It's
sleep.
probably hard to sleep with...
Yeah.
I hope, Brana.
Yeah,
Do you know anything about this?
Did you just wait?
No.
You guys
They
look
went
over...
to sleep yet. It's been 14 seconds.
Look over, and her skin has gone like pale. Her eyes are tightly shut, and she's visibly like trembling. So at this point, you're probably kind of glad you had the heads up. She's not moving. She's still seated.
She's still breathing.
She's trembling. Like
After seeing that, I just kind of lean over to Octavia. Well, I wasn't planning to go back to sleep.
Yes, you too. Go back to sleep. We'll keep an eye on her.
No, I mean, I am no longer capable of sleep after seeing that.
It just looks like someone having night terrors. It's not that big a deal.
Okay.
I'm sorry, does your skin go
Listen.
white when you have night terrors?
Never
And
had
you
a night
start-
terror.
My skin
I
has
don't
never been
know.
white.
as you glance at her, make a perception check.
Quaking as if the earth was
Are
shaking.
we all making a perception check?
23.
No, tears streaming down your face. Like, whatever this spirit is, you're kind of glad. And the wound that had previously healed over is bleeding again.
You know what might be actually funny is if we go ahead and complete our watch and have Rory watch this now.
I poke Rory.
Rory!
So y'all do it.
Rory's like, Oh my goodness.
It's now time for your watch. Also, this is completely normal. Good night.
Normal to whom?
Apparently to everyone.
To her.
I lay down and roll, not facing the direction of everything that's happening.
I'll stay up with you.
I'm going back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can handle this.
You guys start to settle in. Octavia, you're sitting there wondering what it means that the spirit tries to put her in danger as you notice the wound is seeping.
Yeah.
And then, right before you guys really drift off to sleep, you all hear something. It's different for each one of you. You hear a voice in Celestial, a language that
Fantastic.
you have very little opportunity to use, and it's a voice you recognize. And it says, "We have spoken in whispers and riddles long enough. It is time for us to talk plainly and for you to choose how it will be going forward." Ronnie, you hear a voice in Primordial that says, "I have wished to meet you since the day you were taken from me, and I could no longer see you. I'm so excited, my boy." Alabroth, you hear a voice in Draconic, and it's the voice that called you to Bahamut's service. And it says, "I will grant you great power so that you can help the world find justice in the situations that you choose. You have great wisdom. It is time for you to meet your capacity." And Octavia, since you are going to have have advantage on the saving throw against whatever this might be, you hear a voice in, I guess it's Elvish, and it says it's actually two voices, and the first one says, "So I have translated the preface to this incantation," and the other one says, "What does it say?" It says, and he says, "It says this invocation needs to be read by a young elven woman with long blonde hair that joins the monastery, that she is the chosen one, and if she is to read this information, she will stop questioning her decisions and always know she's on the right path." I have to check what your guys' saving throws are, but go ahead and roll initiative.
Roll initiative?
Yeah, and then
It's
you're
going down.
Going down, big
Oh.
black.
Oh my. Okay. Well.
Yeah, not my best roll
Let
either.
me get to my
Yay.
encounters.
It's not lower than mine.
Hey!
Y'all can go sit on it.
Yeah. She just told me not to.
Stop sitting. It's not bringing up the encounters, so I have to find
How do you spell decisive?
Carefully.
Can't spell anything out.
C-I-S-I-V-E.
Yeah.
What's wrong to me?
To the internet.
Yep.
Just open up a Google page and start typing
You're
it. Let
right,
it finish
looks
it.
wrong.
Right?
Yeah. It looks fake. Fake word.
D-E-C-I-S-I-V-E. Yep.
Oh, that looks weird.
It wouldn't be the first time I've looked at a word and been like, that can't possibly be.
Okay,
helped.
and on
Communication
top
other
of
different
your
purposes.
initiative, I need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw. It is a charm effect, so.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so wise. I'm a dumb baby.
Saving throw
That's my dump
modifiers. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Bummer.
Uh-huh.
I think you can guess what mine
That's
is.
one of my 2 dump stats.
Not mine.
Both of us for casting purposes, yeah.
So it's a wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What? Go ahead and tell me what you guys rolled.
I rolled a for our saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 10.
20!
10.
17. What about for the initiative? Do you want that stuff?
Hang on, I have to. I'm gonna bust it out the thing. And
If 17 doesn't make it,
I can keep track of it if you want.
17 better, Dan.
If you can
Wisdom's a plus 7.
keep track of yours,
I rolled a
I don't want you to know
I
because
rolled a
there's
9.
pre-rolled for. There might be some.
Well, I meant I can keep track of ours if you wanted.
definitely, 100%.
Okay.
So go ahead and give Cora your initiatives, please. Where's my
20 even.
Well, you just rolled 2 20s.
Yes, I did.
How terrible.
I got a nat 20, so 24.
Holla!
Oops, I put things in the wrong place. What did you roll?
10.
You barely beat my initiative of 12.
Not my best
That
roll.
didn't beat
Beat in the wrong.
And that's with a plus 1 to my initiative.
Oh, he did not beat my initiative.
yours. He barely got
Worse.
It's
brutalized.
like if we're,
What the heck?
if we're on a race
Oh
to the
man, I
bottom.
should have gotten my mini out. Oh, it's over there.
So,
I don't have any yet.
you guys, this is where you are. That's your little aforementioned.
My mini's on the
brochure.
shelf right over there where the Ghostbusters are.
Oh yeah, I see.
There's Al.
Keep trying to print mine, and it keeps going very badly.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna use my.
Yep, that's him.
Can I grab a few of these for everybody else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I insist that one of them be the White Ranger, though. He hasn't made an appearance.
I feel like that's a monk one.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
I can be my sparkly D4.
Well, they have. There's some of these are cool.
Yeah, I saved
trying
all the
to
ones
see
from
if
the
they-
last campaign.
I will say this.
Not Crusher.
I mean, I had to. Well, I don't have those. Y'all kept them.
Yes, I did.
You can give them to me if you want.
Absolutely not.
Okay, fine. Then.
Crusher is mine.
I also have plenty of other little minis. If need be, I can bring them at any
I just need
point.
to print
I mean,
mine. It keeps the arm keeps just like
clearly held
spiraling
them in-
into a spider's web.
I clearly held them in some sort of reverence. I put them on a shelf.
Mine is on a shelf
I didn't
too.
just like
You
throw
think
them
I
in a
don't hold
drawer.
Crusher and
So
reverence?
clearly, I love them.
I unfortunately don't.
Especially the
tend to make
spiders. The spiders are
characters
cool.
who look like any available minis.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Plus, the spiders are like fuzzy. So
This is
No, thank you.
our umbrella.
she made it. She made the spiders for that game.
Too
What?
scared.
So
Thank you.
Was he meant to be laying down, or do you need him up?
no, he can be. He was. Well, you guys were laying down. True. I got this for the air genasi because it's like air.
Hey!
Oh, hey!
And it's the I loved those minis.
Oh yeah,
You're
the one
the
to
White
shine the
Ranger.
light through.
Okay.
And they didn't have anything I could make anything clever with to make like
Oh,
and this
crap.
is why this is Brana.
I put a camera online for this too, and I didn't.
You can.
We can change
Next
my
time.
camera.
Yeah, here. I will.
Here, I'll adjust the DM
Well-
camera.
Do you want me to do that? Because then I can look at the camera and make sure that it's in focus.
If you're gonna go over there, you might as well go ahead and add a camera to a panel then.
No, it is easier to do a damn camera.
And speaking of, I realized this morning that I had not printed Ember and Rory. So we have these throwbacks of Ember and Rory.
Oh, they're getting kept now.
Ember is not prone, but is kind of incapacitated at the moment.
You're good.
Right. So.
There we go.
I really liked
That looks good, actually.
Time to glue them.
I'm gonna tilt it down just
I even made another one, and then it just now occurred to me I
See,
didn't
what I
have
could
to
do is
glue
like put
them
this one
like when we got here.
right
I
in
could just
there.
set them.
For ne-
but
I'll set
cool
it for
idea.
next game.
for next time because we.
Uh,
I didn't know we were actually going to be using them, so cool.
Special
we'd also have to
thanks.
move this around, and I don't want to deal with
Right,
it
right, right.
now.
Special thanks goes to Cass for marking out the grid for me, and then for not even throwing a
The
fit
terrain
when she
looks
didn't
good.
get to see the map.
Looks really good on the blue. But anyway,
Yeah.
It stands out nice.
And then two
our eyes perceive it.
of you continue to hear urging to follow the sounds as a result of your wisdom saving throws. You don't think there's anything to be concerned about. You just know you have to head straight for the sound you heard. Two of you hear underneath the sound, you hear kind of like a noise, and as you sit there and focus on it, first of all, Octavia, you're kind of like, that seems a little specific.
Yeah.
Like, to be aimed at me. And you sit there and you think about it for a second, and you realize that the voice you're hearing is not real. And as the two of you discern that, you hear a like a hissing, and you hear the beating of wings. And across the little gorge.
Oh no!
I didn't have time to super well paint these. Two creatures
What the heck?
appear.
Are those harpies?
Harpies?
Maybe.
We don't know.
They have the legs and feet of a bird. They have a bird's wings. They have, it's weird, it's like they have too much skin, like tattered around them. You don't know if they're naked or
Gross.
Nope.
if or if there's just layers. You don't know if you'd call it clothes, but it's in some different tones and whatever. They're kind of nasty looking. Their teeth are
Gathering
rotten.
that, yes.
And and they for the two that aren't charmed, you can roll a monster check, intelligence check.
Okay.
Intelligence, great.
I have never used intelligence.
Straight intelligence?
So
Well,
much.
10.
9, and this dice is going in jail.
Oh, I already put 2 in jail.
You failed me for the last time.
You guys have
You're in jail.
read about harpies. With those rolls, you know they eat human flesh.
Fantastic.
So, and you know that they are said to have powerful luring capabilities. You would guess that's what you heard. And I have to roll initiative for them. Your initiatives on the two of yours, you have to... Oh, I have to explain one other thing. This little gorge, we'd established it's pretty shallow, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to make a DC 10 athletics check to jump over it. If you miss that check, you lose 10 feet of movement. So, like, it's not severe danger. And I would actually say you don't have to make the check at all.
Okay.
Because it's an
can
element of
just-
difficult terrain.
Yeah.
You could also just go.
Yeah. Their initiative is you guys who failed the saving throw, you have to use your turns to move closer to them with your full movement. And
And then attack them.
All right.
Probably not.
Not that one.
and at the end of each turn, you're allowed to repeat the saving throw. It's not a crazy DC. But yeah.
I'm gonna say just roll a number with more than one digit.
Like a little bit higher than, but not much. That's not good.
It's a good thing I'm so wise.
Okay. So that actually works out for story reasons. They rolled very high initiative, but I'm going to use that in place of the surprise round. So their turns will be at the top of the order. Yeah, and who was first?
That would be Ronnie.
So I will say only one of them can try and charm you at once. I will say you each were targeted by different ones. Ronnie, I'm gonna go ahead
I have to get up first, I guess.
this one, and that takes half your movement. Yeah. The one that's further away is the one that called you, and the other one called you.
Okay.
Which one am I going toward?
The far one.
Okay, I have to get up. How much movement does getting up take?
It takes half of it.
Okay, so move me 15 feet directly towards it, because I'm ignoring all difficult terrain.
If it's if
Just we're gonna scoot him over just a little bit.
just a tit.
Yeah. So right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make your saving throw. I will not make you bonus action dash or anything like that, or action dash. This round.
Wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
15.
You meet it. At the end of your turn, you kind of glance over and you see, like, Alabra get his hammer and start to get up, and you see, and you're like, wait. And then it's like clearing fog from your eyes. You look up and you see this thing snarling at you, and now you go ahead and make an intelligence check. I'll let you make survival.
Good thing I'm so intelligent. 10 survival check.
It's a harpy.
Got it.
Yeah. Who's next?
Harpy, bad.
Harpy bat. Octavia is next.
Alright, yeah, half my movement to get up. And then, I'm kind of right there, so I'm gonna jump over the gorge.
Mm-hmm.
You said 10. Yeah, by a long shot. I'm gonna go to the one to my right. Yeah, and I'm gonna make an attack.
Okay.
That is a 15 plus.
That's enough.
This is with my quarterstaff, one-handed, so it's 1d6. That's 5 plus 4 is 9 points of damage, and then I'm going to use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Wait, sorry, one more time. What was the
5,
damage?
9 points of damage.
That's a good hit.
Then I'm going to use, my first key points to do flurry of blows. That is not as good. That is a 13 to hit.
13 hits that one.
Okay. So that is another 8 points of damage.
Okay.
One more time with flurry of blows. That is a 17 plus 6. That's 23 to hit.
Oh.
Yep.
And that is another 6 points of damage.
Oh.
Dang.
Hands. You're getting hands for Christmas.
Total is 23.
9 plus 8 plus 6. 9 plus 8 plus 6. 24. Nope, you're right. 23. 23 points of damage total.
So John asked me to do math.
Yeah, I've never done math well in my life.
And you see, again, like, her stance is perfect, but all of her movements are very, very stiff. like someone punched a punching bag for 5 years straight.
It must be.
It looks like that was a significant hit. Which one did you hit?
Hit,
That one there.
The one that was charming
That
Brana.
Huh?
The one that was charming Brana.
Okay. So, yeah, that one, it's a pretty significant hit, and she kind of screams, but it doesn't sound like pain. It sounds like she's real mad. She goes, "Ah!" And you almost think you hear something answer back. Anything else with your turn? Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Who is next?
That would be me. So I guess I'm gonna be getting up
Mm-hmm.
and have my movement, so I can move.
15 feet.
Yeah.
The character's apt for Bronny.
Okay, I'm gonna have you go ahead and make the athletics check, and then you'll be on this one. I know you don't have all the movement to do that,
Yeah.
and if you fail it, so you actually might hope to fail this one, you stay on this side. But either way doesn't make a big difference as far as whether you're within their reach without them moving.
Oh, I rolled 11, so.
That's
Made the
enough.
athletics check.
Yep.
Hooray! And then at the end of your turn, go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
A 6.
Aw.
Come on.
I don't have a
So you
bonus.
just sit there like, I'm gonna have a plain conversation with my celestial. This is everything I wanted.
Dreams do come true.
Octavia
I
kind
guess
of
at least I do have a
glances.
plus.
And Brana goes, "You alright?"
And that is their turn.
Next is Alabra.
Oh, I
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Wow, that was a shitty roll. 9.
And then go ahead and repeat that intelligence check.
And that's only an 11. You're going in jail next.
Okay. So
It's nighttime.
yeah. Oh yeah, like I will say the DC only for you is a little bit higher because you can't see at night, but you're ranger and you guys have dark vision, so you're gonna have to hit a 12 DC to cross the gap, or you lose
Okay.
movement if you don't make it. So it's not a big deal.
All right.
It's just a penalty. Go ahead and take your turn.
I get up first, and I need to move as close to the gap. I guess I'm going to stand next to
Well-
Ronnie first.
Well, I mean, that's where you were laying, so.
Okay, yeah, everybody's within 30 feet. Okay, good. I throw my hammer in there. We will need your aid! And cast Bless on everybody.
Yes.
Who's everybody?
All 3 members of my party.
Okay.
That's my max I can cast it on. So, everybody, you get an extra D4 to roll against an attack or saving throw.
As long as you hold concentration, right? Like, it's concentration, but it's like a minute or something.
Yeah, it's like a minute.
Dope. I forgot to roll for Rory. Either throw. Holy crap. He should have gone right after the harpies.
Wow.
Let me roll his saving throw.
I'll just. Oh no.
What an idiot.
His initiative is so high. His wisdom saving
It's so
throw
low.
was a 7.
No,
So,
baby.
Dude.
I'm gonna say with that roll.
Having nicknamed Runner.
I should have done second level. That way he would have gotten the Bless as well, but
Idiot.
He does fail the athletics check, so he's going to be mired on this side and not get to do much. But he does move here.
I mean, we did just have to.
Real stupid. And bad things.
We did just have to, like, save him from having fallen down
I'm
Is
going
he just
to.
bad? Does he have Galir stats?
He doesn't have Galir stats. He's a soldier, so like he has stats. But I rolled a 19 for initiative, just on the dice, 19, and then a 5. So like, that's not his fault. For Ember, I'm gonna be rolling a straight luck check every round. At the top of the round to see, it's gonna be like 20. She'll come out of it and come help you guys. I'll say on a higher than 18 because she's going to be limited help no matter what. She's pretty injured. She's exhausted. But Cat.
I'm supposed to be able to add.
That was a
buffs to your
6.
character.
So no?
No.
No, she's not helping us? Okay.
Okay.
And that's everybody, right?
Yep, that's everyone.
Top of the round.
That would be Rory then.
That would be the harpies first.
Oh, well, yes.
You see the thing that they called.
Oh,
Okay.
It appears to be the harpy.
Queen Harpy?
Queen, mother, like
A big
something.
harpy.
That's bad.
This I'll just give you because it doesn't matter. Harpies come in female and male varieties, but they all have breasts, which is why people think they're female.
Huh.
no. Interesting.
According to a lore page I read that I think is D&D canon, but I'm not sure. Anyway.
I mean, we can go with
Should
mythology canon too.
Tweet it, Jeremy Crawford.
I talk about him for a lot for somebody who's never even tried to talk to him. Like, and she is going to roll initiative.
Dear Jeremy, I have a breast question.
Okay, so
I have a question I'd like you to keep me abreast about.
And you dogged me yesterday about the bear jokes.
You made like 5 in a row. I made one boob
They
joke
were
just
good
now.
ones,
No, they were not.
And hers was very clever, I will say.
though.
It was pretty clever.
Mia's gonna leave me here.
okay, so I've rolled like garbage this whole campaign.
Yay! I mean,
Until just
right.
now when you rolled
Oh,
a
God.
natural 27 on her.
She's the only one with a high stat to her initiative bonus, right?
Uh-huh.
Then
The-
why did the harpies go first?
Because I rolled a 19 and a 20. Like,
How dare
so that put them at, or no, they had a +2. They wound up at, it was an 18 and 20. So 20 and 22. She rolls a natural 18
Fantastic.
on a garbage dice, by the way.
Yeah.
So hers is 24.
That's
Ah.
the same initiative as I rolled. How dare she?
Oh yeah, then should have given them the surprise. I forget how high your initiative is. So you do go before they do,
Oh, okay.
except for the queen.
Yeah.
How's the queen going right now?
The queen used her movement already. She is going to dash right here.
Oh, no.
She looks hungry. But that's her action.
Oh, no.
And she can't attack. Or, no, she can't make one attack. She makes one attack. That was a 3. Even in Ember's state, she has advantage because Ember's prone, essentially, and incapacitated.
Do not tell me you just rolled a natural 20.
That was a 5. So, she has a not insignificant, and it's still only just because the incapacitation and the disadvantage and the exhaust, all that, but it doesn't hit. So she seems to like almost like hesitate, like maybe something else has control of this and she doesn't want to fuck it up.
Okay.
But she takes kind of a hesitant swipe at it and just nothing happens. You see her she has a giant club in her hand, but she tried to attack with her claws.
Okay.
Feet claws. And that is Ronnie, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, technically Rory, because you said Rory would go before
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie.
Sorry. Rory, he rolled a 19. That puts him at 20. Well, Ronnie's still higher than Rory.
Oh.
And Rory was charmed. Yeah, Rory got a 21
Oh, okay.
initiative.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20, so
Yeah.
mine was quite high. Let's see.
So yeah, it's Ronnie and then one of the harpies and then Rory and then the other harpy.
Don't forget y'all got bless.
You came out of your thing, right? The end?
Yeah, I beat it.
So you shake it off and you feel like maybe a little dumb for a second, but you feel like you won't make that mistake twice in the next 24 hours. Yeah.
It's almost like we know the duration now.
Well, the
not
duration
duration, but-
of your immunity after you
Yeah.
come out of it. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, that's how they get you, is the right away thing.
Well, once you get a look at him, it's just like,
No, thank you. I think it's funny that they could come back tomorrow, though. Like,
yeah.
We'll just try this again.
We're like,
tomorrow.
oh, she does seem nice.
but what if
Okay.
it was true?
I haven't played a ranger
Same
before.
kid.
It's all good.
So
Come on, Dana.
You're not perfect at playing a character in the second combat. Third, I guess. Level 4. Level 4. Level 4.
I'm going to put Hunter's Mark on her,
On which one?
the queen.
Okay. It's an extra d6 and, like, knowledge of where she is and stuff, right?
Advantage, I think.
Hmm? That's not advantage.
No, it's an extra d6.
I get Hunter's
Oh,
Mark
I
and
was-
Hex mixed up all the time.
Yeah. I was thinking something else.
23 to hit her.
23 hits her. Pretty comfortably hits her.
Yeah.
Nice.
It better.
7 from just the arrow, and then an extra 5 from Hunter's Mark.
Dope.
That
Not
one's
bad
hurt.
for one.
Nice.
She hurt where his head jerks up and you feel very like intimidated kind of, but you don't show it. And you see her kind of look at you for a second and then return her attention to Ember. Do you have a bonus action? Do you have a...
Hunter's Mark is a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Okay, but then it stays on her and you just...
Yeah, I
right.
have to concentrate.
Okay. That's the end of your turn, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Rory...
I can't attack twice.
No, one harpy, then Rory, then the other harpy. Okay. Let's see. The one that you're standing in front of, Octavia, is going to take is going to first try and hit you with the club.
Okay.
Somehow, when she goes to take a swing at you, she kind of falls off balance a little. And, wait, you're still charmed, but by the other one, right?
No, it's fine.
No,
it's
that
fine.
one's the
Okay.
one that charmed
Yeah.
Anna.
And she loses. She hits herself in her kneecap with a natural one. And you see her, like, kind of shake her head and continue, like, you can't tell exactly what's happening, but if you had to guess, she's still looking towards Brana. She may not be able to attack as many times while she's still charming somebody. So that's the end of her turn. Rory is going to remake his saving throw.
Come on, dude. Let's go.
He just makes it
Hey!
at the end of his turn, but he did approach.
Still useless.
Athletics check. Well, it doesn't really matter, actually. He makes it here.
And knocks me off the mountainside.
Yeah, you're dead.
Didn't see you there.
Nope, this is not great.
Hey, hey.
Say, what you can't notice right now is he moves in a position to where he'll be able to flank next turn if somebody else can make their saving throw. And it is the other harpy's turn.
Wait. What was the extra D4 on from Bless?
You can use it for a saving throw or an attack roll.
Okay.
That harpy misses. That harpy is... Oh wait, he was... Also has to use its bonus action to keep charming Rory. So that's the other harpy's turn. So
Missed.
two. Like, just the initiative was high. Now they don't get to hit
Can't actually
anything.
do anything.
And it is whoever's after Ronnie.
Octavia.
Octavia. Okay. I am going to once again. I'm gonna go for the kneecap that she just hit herself on.
Okay.
That's
My
hilarious. Ow.
Oh, that's not great. That is a bless. This is 9, 15 to hit.
15 hits that one.
Yes.
Yay!
15 just hits
My
that
bless work.
2. That's not great. That's 6 points of damage. Going to use another key point and do flurry of blows again.
Okay.
That is natural 1.
To see flurry of blows
Do I
with.
hit myself?
You got overly confident for a second. You hit yourself in your kneecap with yours and take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you're
What do
so
I do?
glad your mentor wasn't awake.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more time. That's really good. That's a 20 something.
Yep.
Alright. That's my last. That is another 7 points of damage.
With what weapon?
That is just my fist.
So you reach up and you notice, like, her wings are pretty, like, tattered. You reach up and, like, grab one, like, Valkyrie style in God of War and just rip it off. So, and she looks...
Really
How many
uses
points
word.
was it?
Dope.
13, I think.
No, the last one. Just
Oh,
the
the
last
last
one.
7.
7. She looks really rough.
Okay.
And now she can't fly away.
Yay! I'm gonna
Looking
look at her and kind of grimace a little bit because I know I'm leaving, but I'm going to jump back over the gorge.
Okay, she does get an opportunity attack on you.
I understand.
Okay. Ooh, that is a 19 to hit.
Okay.
Oh.
And she takes a swing at you with her club. And that is... Or no, she takes a swipe at you with her claws.
Wait, it had to jump over the gorge? Oh well, you turned it
I'm
back.
doing that.
Yeah, you turned it back when you're still there.
Are you also taking an opportunity attack against me?
Nope. Just seeing how we're rolling.
Yeah, if that harpy was gonna come over here, he was gonna be like, oh. Does my hand smell funny? Max effing deeps.
You take 7 points of slashing damage.
Alright, jumping back over the gorge. That's an 11 plus
Yeah, you're
lots
fine.
of stuff. And I'm going to stand, if I can, in between the queen in Ember.
Nope, she's right on her.
Then I'm just going to stand next to Ember, just looking up at the queen.
I'm gonna homebrew this on the fly. You can use the reaction once to take half of the damage on an attack, like per turn.
Okay.
To take half of one attack's damage.
Okay.
And you don't have to, but you can. You
Yeah.
can try and block or something.
Okay.
But she's real scary up close.
Yeah.
She, go ahead and roll a perception check real quick.
16.
You see intelligence in her eyes and a look you also recognize as cruelty.
I thought it was going to be disappointment again. Almost glad for cruelty.
No, she enjoys
Okay.
causing pain, it seems like to you,
Super duper.
which is so fun. And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Alright, it's my turn.
You have blast, remember.
I remember. I have the
I'll just go
D4
ahead and
ready.
tell you, you're trying to hit a 13.
And there's the default.
I rolled 14. With bless.
Come through,
Blast
bless.
has been clutch a couple times already.
Just as a note, if I did not roll bless, I would not have made that again.
Nah,
Yeah.
kind of gathered that.
Wow.
You're gonna close the 5 feet with your movement. No, to the other one.
No, this
No,
is the one that
one's
was.
the one.
Okay, yeah. Then to that one. And as you come out of it, you're like, this motherfucker is missing a wing. Looks all beat up. What is happening?
Well, shite.
I got the inspiration for the wings when I broke like 4 of them trying to get them to print. And
Perfect.
That is your turn.
Octavia looks down. She's still holding the wing, and she's like,
Kind of sticky because you're sweaty now and feathers.
yeah, I don't like it.
Who's next?
Did you just drop
Alabra.
that right next to me?
Okay, since our monk just decided to jump right over there next to that thing, we are done playing around. Now everyone's blessed. Guiding bolt, 2nd level.
Yes.
At the queen.
Okay.
Let's see. 4d6 radiant damage. Oh, hold on.
4d6.
Mm-hmm. And the next attack roll against the target will be made at advantage.
Wait, you have to roll to hit though, right?
On guiding bolt?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do. Okay, hang on. Let's
go.
I don't know why I rolled it over there. I accidentally hit the roll button there. But I don't want to roll over there. I would like to use my own damn
That's
dice. Sorry.
No, you always use your own dice, so like it makes sense.
Okay, 13. Perfect.
Does not hit.
It doesn't.
13
not
doesn't hit the queen.
Not the queen.
Oh,
No.
damn. Then we ain't getting guiding bolt.
And you still lose that spell slot.
Oh, I do? Oh, damn. Okay.
As far as I know, because you still attempted to use it.
All right. Well,
You fire it off, and you realize you were a little bit too timid in how you aimed it because you did not want to hit Ember. And so as a result, like, she's fast. She kind of like moves her shoulder
Matrix
and it
out of
flies
the way.
past her.
Like in an anime, just like.
You
Well,
don't know
damn.
if
Anyway.
it distracted her or not.
that would have been awesome, but okay.
Do you have a bonus action?
I don't get bonus actions, do I?
Plot armor is a bonus
You
action
might.
to activate. I don't know if you want to use it now, but it's the only thing I know off the top of my head that you
Oh,
have.
wait a minute. Bonus action. I cast Bahamut, give me your weapon, and I cast spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
Wait. No.
That's a
no.
it says it's a bonus action.
It is a bonus
Cast.
action, but
You won't
if
be
you
able to hit
cast
anything
2
with it.
spells in a turn, one of them has to be a cantrip, even if you have a bonus action
Oh, well then.
spell.
So wait, do I get a cantrip as a bonus action? No.
No,
Well, no, I
the
only said bonus
spellcasting
action as
rules
attack.
are weird.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah,
since
if it's
that
not 0 level, you can't cast it.
well, crap. I thought
Yeah,
that
and
was-
either one, the action or the bonus action
healing
can
words.
be a
Oh wait, I can't do another spell though.
no. Unless it's a cantrip, yes.
Well, it doesn't say on here I can do a cantrip as a bonus action. See, look.
It
just
has
gonna-
to be. It would
Look
have
at
to be
your-
a bonus
look at your spells.
action cantrip.
Okay.
Basically, unless it's Sacred Flame.
Yeah, Sacred Flame, that other one, and the Guidance and Light would be the only other ones that you can cast at the same time, like
So
in
in-
the same turn as you cast.
Like in future
spell.
turns, after you do cast spiritual weapon, you'll be able to hit with it on your bonus actions.
Oh, okay.
But
So
just the first time you have to use the spell
I have
slot
to cast it at first,
Yeah.
but I can't hit a cantrip now. One of these, right?
if they're bonus actions.
Yeah.
Since you couldn't cast Spiritual Weapon, if you wanted to cast one of those instead, since they're cantrips, you technically could. Is cat okay with that?
Oh, okay.
I'll let you do it this time because I made you take the spell slot and all that. But normally it has to be a bonus action cantrip, but I'll allow it this time.
Well, then I want to cast Sacred Flame then
Okay.
on the queen over there.
Is that?
I think it's a saving throw.
I think it is.
Let's
too.
see. Target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw and take 1d8 radiant damage.
What is your DC?
It should say right next to it.
15.
15. She, they have Dex as a higher bonus, so she has a +5 to Dex. So on a 10 or higher, she succeeds. I'll go ahead and pull it out here. Oh,
Wow.
that's
What the
rough, buddy.
That's
Damn.
20.
It's just
Oh.
a saving throw, so nothing like.
Just gonna
a
crawl
nothing
on the
awful
table now.
happens.
Yeah.
Still.
Just gonna, just die.
I
Yeah.
mean, at least it's a cantrip.
I mean, and you burned her natural 20. If she rolled that to hit, that could have been real bad.
Yeah.
I do not like her. Anyway,
Um,
so yeah, that's the end of my useless turn.
you feel like it's, if nothing else, Bless has saved the day a couple of
Yeah.
times.
Barely.
Look.
Their throw.
Okay.
I would be lunch. Most likely.
Is
All
Bless
right.
something you have to concentrate on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've lost Bless.
No.
If you have
Wow.
to concentrate on it, that means you can't cast something else and keep that up.
No, it means you can't cast another concentration spell, and you can't
Oh.
hold the spell
Okay, cool.
to cast.
Yeah, y'all.
But if you're just firing them off, you're fine.
Cool,
If he takes
cool.
a hit, he has to roll a concentration check with Constitution, but it's not usually a crazy high number. It's usually 10.
Then
Uh,
I am super, super bad at understanding.
I mean, honestly, like,
concentration
spellcasting rules are complicated. I only learned the thing about holding one
This is my first spell cast.
2 weeks ago. So, yeah.
I will defer
That's
to
why
me
I
on many
love
things after
casters.
this.
Alright.
Alright, we are back at the top of the round.
The top of the round is
Who is the top?
the Queen and then Ronnie.
Okay.
So the Queen is going to roll. Go ahead and roll me an insight check. I'm going to see if you can determine which of the hits would be harder.
25.
Okay. You think that even though they carry a club, that their claws
Okay.
are more dangerous. But having said that, she is going to try and claw first,
Okay.
and you have to.
Decide which one now.
You have to decide which
I'll decide.
one.
I'll go for the claws.
Okay. So. That is a 23 to hit.
Okay.
And. I need more dice. Hang on. That is. You take and she takes 6 points of slashing damage. She looks to be in the same state. Alibroth, you feel briefly very grateful that you healed her for some. Because you don't know how many she has left, but you know at least 12 you got her back. up a little bit. And I didn't plan for that to happen that way, but it's good that it did. You don't know what constitute worse, but she doesn't look way worse.
Okay.
And she doesn't like slump over or anything. And she's gonna try and hit her with a club. She takes a swing. You almost wonder if they have bad depth perception. Because she didn't roll any damage.
There's a wide set bird eyes.
Yeah.
She sees much better on
Strike
either
that,
side.
She does hit her. But it's not as bad of an attack. Except that time. She looks pretty freaking rough. But since she is being attacked, I'm going to make her luck check with advantage to try and come out of it. That's a 4. Ooh. Earned a 16. She needed an 18. So that was supposed to be the top of the round, but it wasn't. It's your turn, yes.
Yeah. Okay. 17, 18, 19. What's 19 plus 8?
Enough.
Big number.
Yeah. On which one?
The queen, because I'm still
Okay.
hunter's mark.
Oh, yeah.
And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points plus 5 from hunter's mark. So 14?
14.
14.
That's real good. With that one, she starts bleeding quite a bit. She doesn't hit the bloodied condition or whatever, but she's bleeding. You see her kind of like stumble for a second and kind of glance towards Octavia, like almost wondering if she wants to stay engaged in this, but no other reaction except she screams in frustration as well, and it has that same kind of a call to it. But you would guess that she might be calling more, but she's not calling a bigger thing.
Okay.
The deference that the other ones seemed to show when she showed up indicates to you that you think she's the biggest thing. And then it's the witch. It's the harpy with the broken wing.
That's the one I'm facing.
Yeah.
That one.
She or he or they looks at you and is going to try to retreat. Because only one wing, real hurt. Go ahead and take an opportunity attack if you want.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
And you have
Let's
bless.
go.
Oh, I don't need bless this time, but I'll take it. 20, not natural.
Dope.
Oh wait, that's without my initiative bonus, but
You mean your attack bonus?
oh yeah, haha.
That more
Haha.
than hits. You more than hit.
That's the one I think.
Then roll your
Oh,
damage.
actually, real quick, do I have my daggers on me? Because I don't have my staff.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Otherwise, we just whack.
I mean, it is down. Just kick it.
5 points of damage.
You saw the wing pulling off move. You probably thought that was kind of cool. You grab her other wing and rip it off. She cannot retreat, and she is on death's door. And she is going to use the rest of her turn to stand up, but can't retreat. And you really feel like if you were to hit her with half that amount again, she's dead.
Should probably hit her with a fucking die.
It is Rory's turn.
Do something.
He
Anything
can't.
at all.
He has to make wisdom saving throw.
Oh no,
Because he's stupid.
I can't be
Hey.
too harsh.
Don't make fun of people who are stupid.
Sometimes dumb is enough.
You wonder what he's hearing.
Still?
He seems to be real, like he's staring up at her with this stupid dopey face. And he's like nodding along. So,
Oh, jeez.
whatever it is, he thinks they're having a full-ass conversation.
Fantastic.
And you see a distinctly predatory look in the other one's eyes as she goes to make her attacks.
Oh no.
On him?
So no one got attached to Rory, right?
Yeah. The first one is enough. Barely enough with a 15. And the second one doesn't hit, so this won't kill him.
Yet, is what I heard.
It's
in
not
the
that bad,
background.
actually.
Okay.
She
Definitely hurting.
slashes at him with her claws. You see, all of you can tell it's not a super deep cut, but it does happen. And he goes, "Hey." And he just goes back to whatever he was doing.
Rory,
And
sweet.
that-
He thinks she just said something rude or something. Like,
You
oh.
stupid, beautiful man.
And then he
sweet
apologizes
summer
to
child.
her.
Of
just
course
to
he
like
does.
cover it up. And that's her turn. Did I do the queen? I did the queen already.
Yeah.
once. Okay, so who's after
After
Ronnie? Octavia,
I-
right?
Yeah, so
It's me?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to attack the queen
Dope.
with Bliss. That is very, very good. That's well over 20. And that is with my staff. So I'm going to do... That's not great. That's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm going to do another key point and do flurry blows. 10, 13 plus 6 is 19.
Mm-hmm.
To hit, that is 8 points of damage, and I need her to make a strength saving throw.
What did you do?
flurry of blows.
Oh.
That's
DC 14.
21.
Okay. I think I can only do that once per turn, so I'm just going to do my last flurry of blows.
Wait, you already did flurry blows.
I already did one, but the strength saving throw is just another thing that I could do.
I thought flurry of blows, to use it was a bonus action, and then to
Dude, that wasn't. No, to use it as a bonus action. You get 2 attacks when you use it. I did one of them. Had her do the throw, and then I'm gonna do the other one.
Okay. So you get 3 attacks if you
Total.
use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not great. 11 plus 6 is 17.
17 does not hit.
Okay. That's it, and I will.
She's starting to look rough. It's hard to tell with the skin tatter outfit. But she looks madder. And she's showing some wear. I'll go ahead and have you make a perception check to ascertain one other thing.
22.
Okay, her wings do not appear to be rip-offable.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know.
since that's a trend now.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah,
would
that's for
guess
sure.
that most of them would, but hers are very like
Yeah.
bone extrusions. And she is terrifying in my head and not the way I painted her. She's all camouflaged right now with the mountaintop. No, I'm gonna get better at that part.
Yike. Right.
Yeah, and that's
my
your
turn?
turn.
Right, it is my turn now.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you can have advantage on this one if you need it.
I roll 23 to hit
That's
the
enough
Hello.
to hit it.
to hit the
Rolling
bleeding
damage
one.
is pretty unnecessary, but go ahead.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. You find yourself wondering if those feathers would be useful to your parents, and then they're kind of gross, and you don't think so. And you just like reach up. What was it with the dagger?
Yeah.
And just straight through the heart, straight and true, and she is dead. She will never, ever trick anyone again with her garbage promises.
Good. And I can still move, correct?
Yes.
Then I am going to move towards the one that's attacking Rory.
You can maybe even flank with Rory, which won't help until he makes his saving throw. But the second he does, you would have advantage.
Well, I mean, I can't, like, I can't stand here, can I? That's like...
I meant on the other side.
Oh.
You have free reign to go all the way around.
Yeah.
So, like, here?
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Punching.
Can you hit with a bonus action?
No. My only bonus action is a cunning action. I can dash, disengage, or...
Really? You don't have two-handed fighting?
It does say 2-weapon fighting, but I didn't know if that actually meant I could attack again.
I'll say that
You
for
have to
this you
have
had
another
daggers.
I have 2
You
daggers.
you can dual wield daggers, right? Normally you'd hit once with the staff and once with the dagger, but you only had the daggers. You can say you took them both out. You can take a swipe.
Let's go. Let's go.
16. 20, not natural.
That hits.
3 points of damage.
Dope.
Do you want to roll again to see if you got a natural 20?
She doesn't have advantage. He has to make a saving throw.
Yeah. Okay, so I stabbed her in the butt. Right
You
in the butt.
stab her
cheek.
in the butt, and
Gross.
Spiritual weapon.
and then wish you hadn't, like, just these things are not well kept.
Like in the cheek. Like not...
No, like it's not
gross,
but it's just like I wish maybe like ew. Anyway.
It's like, this was a mistake. Alright, next is Alabroth.
Let's go.
Wait,
Do
what
it.
are you doing?
I'm doing guiding bolt at first level.
Okay,
on the
but then
queen.
you're gonna run into the same issue if you're trying to do a bonus action.
I know.
spell. Okay.
That is going to be a 24 to hit.
Woo!
24 hits.
Okay, I say.
You say, oh shit?
Muhammad, punish! And then, let's see, not my best roll, that's 12 points of radiant damage. Also, let me see, that was first level. Next attack made against her will be done at advantage. As a bonus action, I am going to cast plot armor.
Yay!
That is a very good idea right now.
So after zapping her, I do the Goku, and I'll point my hammer at her. Do I have your attention now?
This
Octavia goes, yes?
this particular being had never been like charmed by something else, and you see just confusion, no compassion, just confusion, like at the being compelled to attack.
I'm trying to pull that thing away from.
Oh, plot armor, if you're watching, plot armor is a homebrewed device that allows Alabroth to once a day direct attacks at himself while increasing his AC by 3 for 2 rounds.
Yep. And after I do that heroic thing, I'm just gonna look. I'm going to need help soon.
And it compels everything in 30 feet, right?
Yep.
Is that
Is
the
it
other
30 or
one?
20?
No, it's only 30. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It's 20-foot range you gave me.
Oh.
15, 20,
She
right it.
close
Okay,
enough?
it gets both
Okay.
of them, actually.
Hello.
Oh. Going to require aid very soon.
Help.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh, I say it loud enough for y'all to hear it, hopefully, but I
Oh,
just
I'm
kind of
standing right next to
brace
you.
with
I'm
the
just-
shield, like, here we go.
Okay.
The
and
next attack
I'm
made
really trying to
against
pull
her
that one,
is the next
Done with
attack made
advantage.
against her is with advantage. Okay.
Right, and then after that, we're back to the top.
Okay, so top of the round. Another one shows up
No!
on the other side of Rory.
Do not like.
Oh, they're gonna kill him.
Rolls a natural 20 on initiative,
Oh! Not to hit him.
which still puts them just below the queen.
He's gonna die, and then people are gonna come and kill us. Like, I'm so scared.
His brother may be real mad. We're going to use plot armor the same way that charm works, which means that queen, who goes now, is going to attack Alabra, but you do get the opportunity attack.
Hello. Wait, is she gonna leave my range now?
No.
Okay, so never.
Well,
She moves through it though, doesn't she?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
unless she leaves it, I don't
she's
feel like
she would stay in it. She doesn't love that many people around her though, so she's going to move to here and take a single attack of opportunity.
Wait, I wouldn't face her when I
25.
hit her with guiding bolt? Okay.
No, you are.
No.
That hits.
Oh no, I'm doing this with my staff. 5.
She's starting to look like
Oh, 3.
pretty rough. She's pretty hardy.
Okay.
But she is going to make 2 claw attacks and a club attack against Alabroth.
Okay.
She mad. But you do have +3. What is your AC now?
21.
21.
Damn side.
Okay. The first one is 20. The second one is a natural 20.
Damn.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
They're not like.
So no one got attached to Rory, right?
Or
This
Alabra.
isn't even Rory.
Or Alabra. No one.
No one got attached to Alabra, right?
No one at this table, right?
it is. That's a lot of damage.
I mean, a natural 20 doesn't still hit by 21.
Oh, she has a
She has a
+5 though.
plus.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring those numbers in.
22 points of damage.
So be it.
Are you still standing?
Oh, I'm still
Yeah.
standing.
Okay.
And then she's going to try and hit with her club. Okay. That's a 21, but this one isn't as bad.
21 means we nobody hit.
No, it's.
I'm kidding. I'm
Okay,
kidding.
that's 8 more points of damage then.
This is not good. Okay, got it.
She hits hard.
Okay.
But that's the end of her turn.
I need y'all to
My
kill her.
And it is the new Harpy's turn.
They beat a 24?
Oh no, they only have +3. It was a natural 20 on initiative, but they only have +3. So you go
Okay.
before the other Harpy.
Okay. Then
Oh, sorry. One more thing. Roll a concentration check. Roll 2 concentration checks. The first one is a Constitution saving throw. You have to hit an 11 or higher.
What's my modifier on Constitution?
Saving throw.
Oh, then that's.
Oh wait, hold on, your saving throw.
Oh, saving throw. It's +3. So that's a 9. So I failed that throw. I failed that one.
Bless fades.
Okay. What was the other one I needed to roll?
No,
now?
you don't need to roll another one now. You
Okay.
had to roll it twice but if you fail, like you don't fail it again.
Okay. Well,
Like
sorry.
I'm sad to lose Bless, but I'm really glad that didn't have.
I mean, he got
worse.
all the party out of the Charmed except for Rory.
Yeah.
Poor dumb Rory. Yeah, I didn't plan on hitting that hard, but like natural 20 on the queen.
Alright.
And so it's Ronnie, it's your turn.
I have to back up because I have a ranged weapon.
And 22.
Yeah, definitely. Which one?
The queen.
Okay.
And 9 points of damage from the arrow plus 2 from Hunter's Mark.
So 11. Okay.
Die. Be dead. Please.
She's starting to look really rough, but she's a beast. She's at this point like blood. She has to kind of wipe to get it out of her. Well, let's say like you hit her in the neck, but like she has to change hands with her club. It's just she's starting to look rough and angry, but still standing. You can hit her again, right?
No.
No.
Because my only bonus action in combat is 2-weapon fighting, and I use a 2-handed weapon.
I'll allow you to use arrows for that. I think
Okay.
most rangers, I'm not sure it's the official rule, but I feel like most rangers, if you get extra attack, it might be negated by that, and you still only get 2 attacks, but you can go ahead and
Do I
take
need to
another
roll
shot.
another d20?
Yes.
Okay.
Please go well.
That one's actually higher, so it hits.
Dope.
And five points from the arrow plus 3 from Hunter's Mark. So 8 points total.
8 points.
Let's go.
She's starting to look rough. With that, she lets out a much softer call. I will let you roll survival check to see, because you've studied bird calls, I'll say. And this is adjacent.
18.
It sounds like how mothers call their children in for like a meal or something. You suspect she might be telling the other ones to come help her, the other ones in the battle, to come help
So
her.
it's not calling out. It's like
It's not
calling-
loud enough to
Yeah,
call
okay.
out. It was just kind of like a dinner's ready.
But it's not
Wonderful.
ready.
Nobody's technically
It's
dinner
not ready.
yet.
I mean, unless she's dinner.
But you see the with that, you see the other heads kind of cocked towards her. So it might be about to get real dense in that area. But good news, they seem to be distracted from Ember, who didn't roll this time. Nope. And yeah. There's one more after Ronnie, right?
Rory.
Yes.
Rory.
Oh, yeah, because I think the one that in between died.
Rory comes out of it at the end of his
Oh,
turn.
thank goodness.
Finally.
He's like, he had apologized, and then like he kind of notices there's something on his hands, and he like looks down, and he's like, hey, and shakes his head and looks
Come
up.
on, my dude.
Some characters just don't roll great.
Alright.
But that's the end of his turn, and that harpy standing in front of him is going to take one last swing with a club before trying to leave. At which point you guys will have opportunity attacks if you want.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go. Kill the harpy.
Ooh, hits Rory, who has... I have just too many columns of numbers. He hasn't taken a lot of damage, and this is the club, so it's not as bad. He looks to be about half health, though, because he doesn't have a lot. So... And then is going to try and leave, and you and Rory are both going to take a swipe. You can go ahead and try first.
Ooh. 19
That is enough.
Yes.
for 6 points of damage.
6 points. That one, unfortunately, hasn't taken a ton of damage, but it is a significant blow. And Rory cannot, in fact, kill him. Like, totally, but
Yeah.
he does hit.
I mean, damage is
Alright.
damage. So.
Yeah. Oh, and he does his max damage. So the other one, although they do fly towards the mom, I'm going to fucking
Knocking Brana off.
I know,
the
like
cliff.
poor bro.
Again.
They look really rough, but compelled.
Did Rory get his opportunity attack?
Yeah, and he
Oh,
did
okay.
max damage, like, but
That hasn't
that was
been hit yet.
8. Huh?
What?
What?
I said he's not very strong, though. He can't really do much.
That's finesse short sword.
That's not bad.
He did it 1d6 plus 2. So yeah, and more importantly, they lose advantage on him. But it is the other one's turn. Yeah.
Just to make the board a little less crowded.
Misses with a club. He hits with claws. Rory's, it's nice round numbers. He looks to be exactly a quarter of his max.
Oh.
And then that one too, somewhat more reluctantly. It's going to leave. He's already taken his reaction. And fly. Is actually going to fly. They're not that smart. Yep. Nope. It's gonna fly in between you and Alabra, giving you advantage. If you choose to attack. Okay, so just so you know, this is the one that is almost dead, and this one is new. Okay.
How's the queen doing there?
The queen's looking pretty rough. Like, it's hard to determine exactly. But yeah, it looks pretty rough.
Okay.
And that is all of the Harpies
I
have
think
gone.
it's me.
Yes.
I'm actually going to run behind the queen, putting her in between me and Alabroth.
And leaving the other one's range?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start rolling this dice for you guys. That is a natural 20.
Okay.
This is the most damage that they can do. Those can do.
Okay.
16 points
Okay.
of slashing damage. Just
Okay.
reaches out and rakes across your shoulder and into your gut. How's everybody looking? Most of you haven't been hit,
I
actually.
haven't been hit.
Yeah.
But
Octavia's standing. So I'm going to run behind the queen.
how many? What? Just me. Like,
3.
okay.
I'm going to stand behind the queen, and I'm going to kind of hit my chest and go, "Hey! Bitch! Let's go!" And I'm going to hit her with advantage because I'm flanking.
First, make a persuasion check.
Yeah! Let's go!
Isn't she charmed
She's-
by plot armor?
That!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that ain't gonna work.
You can retcon if you want. Because... Okay.
That is a 10 minus 1 for a 9.
You just threw it up as kind of a Hail Mary.
Yep.
You recognize the killer instinct. And, you have a feeling they don't care about anything else right now. But yes.
I thought, yeah.
Worth a
I'm
shot.
gonna attack her 3 times. Let's go. 20, non-natural for my
Hits.
staff. I'm gonna kind of get my,
I'm gonna whap on the head.
basically, I'm gonna take my quarter staff and just whack straight on the back of the head. That is 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do my last key
Hang
point.
on. Didn't you used one to do, how many do you have?
I have 3 total. This is my first attack.
No.
Keep
Oh.
Key points.
Oh, 4.
You tried to do an effect that didn't work.
Yes, I did. That is not an extra key point. That is one that if I use Flurry of Blows, that's something that I can do.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd already used 3.
I had used 3. This is my 4th.
Key point.
Yes.
Okay.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
Again. Snake Eyes.
You've done that more than, like,
Yep.
anybody I've ever seen.
Yep.
We'll say the unlucky thing was you not recognizing the charm.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Last one. You're going in, Joe. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
That is another 8 points of damage.
Okay. She is struggling to stay standing at this point. I'll say you guys have fought enough creatures to recognize they don't stop. Like, they might try and back up because they're missing wings, but they don't stop trying. So
Might
you
be
don't
hard to
think
do.
they're going to flee at any point, but having trouble standing.
It's my turn.
I really feel like you should take
Joe?
Alright, I am next.
Okay.
Or
And I'm going to come up behind
Brana could
this
murder.
one.
That's one that's real rough.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to sneak attack it,
Oh, dope.
since I can do that.
Ooh.
Yes.
And you have
Uh-oh.
advantage.
Come on, twin, twin, twin!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You have to be shitting.
What did you roll?
What is it?
You
There's
have
not a
terrible
crazy
luck.
high DC. AC.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Is your
Total?
better one?
That was my better one.
Is that total?
Yes!
Hit something.
I rolled a 5 with a +4.
Okay.
Rough.
You can try with your other dagger though,
I'm gonna
as
get comfortable
well.
on the
You
ground
still
because I
have
feel like I'm
advantage.
going to be there very
Sneak attack
soon.
is one per turn, so
Yeah.
you can get sneak attack. If
Alright,
you
I'm just
hit
gonna
it.
roll these separately.
I mean, your turn.
Okay, you go in jail. You go in jail forever.
I am. I'm going to try to.
16.
That does hit that one.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Okay.
And you get to do sneak attack.
Ooh, nice. Thank you.
Ooh.
11. 15 points of damage.
For your first swing, you're momentarily distracted by if you would enjoy a reputation if it was Harpy Killer and you miss with the first swipe. But with the second one, you're like, pay attention to this! And right in between the wings on the back, which you do not feel bad about. You just, and you pull down as hard as you can, and she plummets onto the sharp rocks right below you and just dead.
Alright, we're gonna very carefully.
Yeah, she
I'm in a
was.
delicate state.
She was smooching Alabroth there for a second.
I feel the hot breath on the back of my neck, and then
Like, ugh.
and then no breath at all
Kind
because
of
she
offset a little bit by the wings beating, so like,
Alright.
yeah. And do you do any? Do you use more movement or anything? Or are you gonna stay there?
I can't really do anything else. I am chill with staying here for now and then being able to use my full movement later to get over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Look, it's
Uh,
standing
next
right
is
where you
Alabroth.
would jump.
So the queen's close enough to me now. Okay, well, gonna reach out.
She basically smooching you now.
Kill yourself?
I'm working on that. Oh, that's a 20. I grab her arm that's got the club and I said, "You should have killed me when you had the chance. Inflict wounds."
Oh, fucking
Yeah! Get her!
Get her, get her, get her!
Let's see, 5. That's going to be 12 points of damage. Necrotic damage. Hold on, what else does inflict wounds do?
Hurt.
Hurts real bad. I think that's. I
Yeah,
think
it's
it
just
does
all
a
the
lot of
necrotic damage. And as a bonus action, I am going to cast, because I can, Cure Wounds on myself.
You can't cast.
As a bonus action?
Inflict
It's not a
wounds
bonus
is a
action.
spell.
Huh?
You can't do
Inflict
spell
wounds is a spell.
God, I hate that you can't. I hate that it says you can do a bonus action as a spell. Well,
You can do a bonus. We'll go over it like
Drink your potion of healing.
better. You can drink your potion
then
of
I'll
healing.
go ahead and do that because I meant to say healing word anyway, but I can't do that either. So
Yeah, but you can drink your potion because
Alright.
homebrewed rule, if you're taking a potion yourself, you can do it with a bonus action. So
Alright. So one
those
potion
are, I think
and-
it's 2d4. No, it's 1d4 plus 4. So it's not a crazy amount.
4. So
So
8
8.
points of damage.
I mean, that helps.
8 points
So-
of healing
What?
to you.
What did all the? Yeah.
Healing damage.
Well,
Reverse
I'm sorry.
damage.
Healing. Yes.
The damage that makes you feel better.
So where's the queen at now?
The queen, like, you see veins pop out like everywhere, like a black almost tar come over her, and she sits there for a second and shakes her head, and she stands back up, and then as she does so, all of that tarry veins burst open.
Ugh.
Just locally, and it splatters all across her, and she falls down dead.
Yes! Get her!
Success.
Yeah.
And that was a spell slot.
Uh,
So, yeah.
She falls down, you just see Octavia behind her, kind of like.
Oh, but it's not a high DC
Yeah.
dexterity saving throw, because she does fall backwards.
Oh,
You're
that's
fantastic.
You're good.
You're fine. So she falls kind of more this way.
And off the cliff.
Yeah, like that one's just a little rough edge, so she's still there-ish, but like, yep, dead.
I think that puts me at the top of the round, doesn't it?
Yeah, because the other harpy.
Yeah, because that new harpy.
Yep. Roll the natural 20, but doesn't have the bonus to exceed your 24.
Sweet. And we are back at the top of the round.
Let's see if Ember comes out of it.
Come on, Ember.
Nope.
Well, I mean, I still have plot armor for one more time, so.
She's gonna come out.
That is true, till the end of this round.
Yeah. And there's only one left. Dispatch this one, please.
Whose turn is it?
It is, it's your turn.
Okay.
And this one looks pretty healthy. You've not done a lot to this one.
$15 to hit.
15 hits.
Cool. 5 points of damage.
Nobody bats 1,000.
Okay.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to move Hunter's Mark to that one.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You can do
Did you
your
damage?
bonus action first.
Oh,
and
then
add
I'm
it.
going to do that.
Yeah.
And just roll an extra d6 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
And that is a 6.
That's
So an extra
dope.
6 points of damage.
Yeah,
it's a butterfly.
that one appears to have lost a significant portion of its health just from two successful, pretty big hit to it. And is that your turn? What's your turn?
Unless you want to move.
No, because moving my spell took my bonus action.
Yeah, but you have movement if you want to move.
Oh. All I would do
Like
is
your
scoot
physical
back.
self, yeah.
But I'm at the edge of the thing, so.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm good right where I am, because I'm not going to step on Ember to move.
She appreciates that on some level. So that harpy is compelled to take the attack on Alabroth for one more round.
Please don't tell me a natural 20.
Cat.
It is still unlikely that it kills him because they cannot hit nearly as hard as the queen.
Okay, what did she roll?
A natural 20.
You
I said I was going to
You said
stop
you were going to
rolling.
switch
It's
dice!
this
Alright,
one,
alright,
and I
so,
I
okay.
see it, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to roll this one because I love this
What's the
one.
hurt you hurt on this one?
It is Cass's fault, by the way. She got me this.
I
die.
did get her that dice.
I
How
hate you now.
dare you?
I know.
How could you do this?
I know.
In her defense, she's bought me a lot of my dice.
Okay.
that
That's also
that
true.
one is 7 points of damage.
All right. Okay.
She has the other not as hard hit to try and take, and I'll roll a
7
different dice.
on the natural 20 was.
Yeah,
Well, that's not bad. That's
yeah,
not
it was
bad.
a 2 and a 1 on her dice.
All right.
Okay, alright. We're okay.
And the other one with your raised armor class does not hit you. She takes a swing, misses you
Okay,
with the
then.
club. It was a 19.
Well, that
So,
was the
like, it was
last one
close.
for the plot armor. So yeah.
Plot armor fades, but that is all of their attacks. And it is Rory's turn.
Alright, Rory.
Rory's gonna first make the athletics check to try and jump over.
Time to curb stop this thing, guys.
Here right now, he's gonna fail it.
No,
Trying
he's
not to die.
He's going to take out his caltrops and his slingshot.
That's not how that weapon works.
That's how that worked for him.
If somebody
Let's go, Rory.
was
Let's go.
less selfish and gave him darts. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. They were her weapon.
Let's go, Rory. Kill it.
He actually does hit it.
Okay.
It can't do a lot.
It can be a nuisance.
He does 4 points of damage on it, and he can shoot again because same range roll. And he hits again. And he does 4 points. He did 8 points of damage. That's a pretty good day for Rory.
Just the end of the Princess Bride. You did something right.
He only had 5 hit points left though, so he doesn't want to Yeah.
That's fair though.
I mean,
But yeah,
where
hits
it's
it
standing,
twice.
he would have to basically tackle it.
Doesn't hit any of you. Doesn't fall in love with any kind of aberrations or anything. It's a pretty good day.
Fantastic.
That is Rory's turn.
Alright, Octavia is next in the
Alright,
list.
I'm gonna move back around to flank with this one. Which I believe I can do. There's a square there, yeah?
Yeah, there is.
All
Here
right.
or here?
Did you move out of
Between
range?
me and it, I think.
Between... I was thinking between Albroth and... Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, between you and it.
But you don't ever leave its range, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And then... Flanking. 15 to hit.
15 just hits those.
Yeah, these are.
These are
Easier to
lackeys.
hit.
Thank God.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
Then one more, so I don't have a cube, but I can
Yeah.
hit it with my
Yeah.
fist.
You have to hit it with a different weapon. What?
What?
Snake eyes?
2 natural ones.
What the heck?
Again? How?
Which dice?
Stop using those.
You
Those
need to
are-
take
My
them.
2 new ones!
Here, we're gonna do this.
You need to burn some incense over your dice or something.
Nah, we'll do it later.
Cleanse them of their
The bullshit.
dark nature or something. Because they clearly hate you. What have you said to the dice?
I don't know.
I have good rolls with both of those, and that red one liked you. So
Okay. Yeah,
let's,
thank you.
let's hope that
Here.
that works.
Trade me. I saw DMs do this sometimes. Trade me one of your dice. For now. And you'll remember that you have this one, yes.
Yes,
Like-
that's the one with the fist in it. It's my brand new dice.
The other parts of those sets work pretty
Maybe
well.
it
It was great on,
Two
skill
on
checks.
the nose.
Okay.
But that is your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well.
I thought you were gonna kill her
does.
for sure.
The first one's like a baseball bat, just whack, and then she goes, whoosh, and just whiffs real bad.
I mean, it makes sense. You're bleeding probably more heavily than you've ever bled in your entire life.
Yeah, just kind of stumbles over
Yeah.
and then kind of
Just-
rights herself.
They didn't teach you about this. They didn't nearly kill you at the monastery.
That's weird.
It was much more of a.
Is it your
this
turn?
Is a test.
Yeah, it's my turn. I can't really.
I think I threw Albroth.
If you fail the athletics check, you just lose 10 feet of movement.
Well, no, I
There's
mean.
There's
Oh.
there's not a place to stand.
Oh, you can. I can't
Just
see.
remove your character.
You can move through allies' space though. so you
Okay,
can-
oh, that's right.
You can't stand with them.
Do you want to be behind?
Oh, not that far.
No, I know. I was just
Oh.
trying not to knock over your guy again.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, yeah, right there. But
Stab her. Let's go.
I made the athletics check, so there's that, and then I'm gonna stab at her with I can still sneak attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. 16, 20 not natural.
Yep.
Let's go.
Thank you. Dice. 9 points of damage.
Okay. I want you to look in my messy column. Look at the number I just circled.
Kill.
So you look at it and you're like, harpy killer. And just and I'm gonna say for as it starts to lose its footing, you just put your foot up, you just kick its ass into the gourd with its dead homies. And you guys have survived a combat I thought might kill one of you. And you're out of combat.
I'm gonna wipe
We're
her.
out of combat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast my
every healing spell
my
you
last
can.
second level spell. Hold on.
18 seconds later, Ember wakes up. She rolled an 18 on the dice that you just handed me in 3 rounds.
Yeah, I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Probably a good call.
Not a very good number came up, but
Are you
4
okay? You're bleeding.
plus 9,
Octavia, like,
13.
kind of stumbles and kind of just, like, sits down, but barely sits, almost just, like, falls into a heap on the ground and kind of takes her staff. And she looks like her eyes won't focus.
And with my last first level spell, I'm going to go over there and place hands on Octavia. Cure Wounds. You gotta be kidding me. You get 9 more. You get 9 points of healing back.
9 points.
9 points of health back.
Thank you.
And I just kind of.
You guys, Ember kind of like looks around for a minute and she sees all of you. She sees
The harpy
the
corpses.
harpies. She's like, I would ask what happened, but
We survived.
your party is strong. And she looks at the queen and she's like, harpies. And for the first time you hear notes of disgust like in her voice. She says they have capacity to speak language.
Mm-hmm.
They have capacity to not be animal. And
Yeah.
they choose to be animal.
Didn't really take the time to communicate with us.
I heard voices. I didn't like them. Well,
Oh,
after.
did they try? Did you hear a song?
Not a song per se.
Did they call to you? How did they call to you?
I heard my mom talking to me, or at least I thought it was. Clearly, probably not, because charm effect, I guess. Like the one from the where we talked to the lady.
She looks at Octavia and she's like, did you hear her mom as well?
No.
Him.
His mom as well?
No,
Sorry.
I heard my teacher saying I had completed a course.
You just promised not to lie for comfort. It's okay. It's okay. You do not need to say.
I did not want to lie to you. She kind of shuffles away and kind of sits in a heap a little bit further away from the group.
Anyone, you do not need to share, but you all hear different things.
I heard the angels talking, saying they'd actually talk to me straight.
That would be compelling, yes. Duh.
A little bit too compelling.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And move the camera back towards me.
No. Yeah, that's probably right.
I got you.
Okay. So, Ember, looks at the rest of you, and she does kind of like this face like the I'm a child who got in trouble, like, or the faux pas face, kind of. And, she gets up. You notice that she looks even more tired, if that's possible, but her wound did close up some. So it seems like maybe she got the benefit of a short rest, but at the same time, she didn't seem to be enjoying herself. And she goes and she sits like directly in front of you to where you can't like pretend to look on the horizon. And she looks at you and she says, I wish for the relationship to be honest, but relationships can take time. And if you need to tell me, do not want to answer right now, that is fine. That is not a lie. It's okay.
Isn't that somewhat suspicious? I've been accused of several things in the past few days. And I've had to prove my innocence by, I don't know, being a good person.
What was our first conversation? What did I tell you?
To be honest.
No. I say, fear not, ask question. Ember not let fear ask question. So, you had to be innocent yesterday. And prove innocence yesterday. But I meet you today.
Are you going to take me away from them?
She smiles for a second and she's like, it is good that you are finding friends. You may have observed, generally it is not safe for people to travel with me, like a lot for me or for them. I have more things to tell you, not tonight, but I will never compel you to come with me for more than a short time, and if I do that, then probably they can come too if they choose. I'm not here to make life worse.
Okay.
And she sees you start to lose your composure, and she has a natural empathetic response that she does not try and check in any way, shape, or form. So she gets a little misty-eyed too, and she goes, okay. And she gets up, and she starts walking back to the others, and she very awkwardly kind of pats your shoulder. And you would guess that, like, she hasn't spent a ton of time in the company of other people, like, in ways that are not, like, very official and laid out, almost. And she's kind of new to some of the authority that she's been given. But she walks back over. She takes out of her pack, she takes a small lute. Who speaks Dwarvish?
Dwarvish?
Somebody. You speak Dwarvish? You recognize it because of you've done some study as a dwarven made lute, which is weird, kind of. And she says, this was gift to Ember. And she plays not... It's like, she plays Time of Your Life, basically. Like, she's not crazy proficient.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
It is... Oh no, like,
No,
Good
that's what I'm-
Riddance, Green Day. Good Riddance, because it's the first song that every guitar student learns. But basically just very simple, and it is enough to give you guys, like, Song of Healing, so if you use hit die, which is totally up to you before you, like, finish out stuff, the hit die do count towards the next day. Just so you know. So you might not choose to, but, like, you feel, she looks at, and you come back, I guess, in your own time, like,
It takes her a little bit.
and she says, who had last watch? And Rory kind of raises his hand, and he, like, kind of bows, and he's like, ma'am. And she's like, I have many questions for you. And just kind of leans forward just a little bit, and you see the same look that you've seen the whole time. She's like, what is your story? And that's where we're going to end this session.
That's a lot less of an angry
Yeah.
cliffhanger today.
We're all like Well, some of us have beat the hell out of them.
I thought it was so
others.
funny that you guys were finishing your watch, but you will get the benefits of the long rest afterwards. I'll allow you to go ahead and recover. It will
Okay,
count
good, yeah.
towards last night, not tomorrow.
Awesome.
Because I want to try and beat the crap out of you again. So
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
We
have
should just go ahead and level then, because we did like beat some.
it's going to be a minute for
You
the
said
next
long
one.
rest?
Yeah.
Do you want us to go ahead and do that now?
Yeah,
What,
like
long
we
rest?
can do it now.
Oh, okay.
Long rest. Long rest.
I could use it.
She's carrying Ronan's loot.
Yeah. No, I know.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you for joining us.
We will see you in 2 weeks, which will make it August
12th?
14th.
14th.
So we'll see you all again on August 14th.
Yeah!
And as we always say,
Keep on nerding!
to the camera.
My leg feels
Goodbye and good night.
That was intense. Never using these dice again.
I
I don't know how